Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
By the power of Grayskull!
I am dumping unlimited power into you. That's what
All Shooty wanted to do was be inside me. It was one of the first James Bond movies I watched, so I have a bit of a connection to it. And
That's Dermot's excuse.
Fuck.
It was their first date, Adam. Shut up.
I will stop bringing it up. I don't give a fuck what that wannabe VTuber cunt wants to say. Okay, let me have my moment.
Dude, that's like a test of strength. That's not gay. That's like I'm gonna grip you. I'm gonna grip you harder than you grip me. I wonder what the championship belt would look like. Just like a big ass.
My penis wrapped around their waist.
we named zombies after you in that game.
Yeah,
Rightfully so.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're these big fat bloaters that sun themselves and they just lay there.
oh, those are the things that come out of my rainbow's ass.
Adam, you being Worf is cultural appropriation. I won't.
Cultural appropriate my dick. I don't care. I will have earned my riches and my surly attitude by the time we get there.
If I were going to culturally appropriate your dick, you'd have to go get that surgery. To get
Oh, good lord! Here we go.
Yeah.
That is just.
Oh god,
those eyes, dude. Those eyes, man. Those eyes.
Pretty eyes.
I'm not looking at them eyes right now. You know what?
I know, but she is a total package. She is a total package.
I usually think Ryan. I usually think Ryan is very cringe when he says this, but she can shit in my mouth.
Whoa, Dermy!
Why do you have to ruin this?
What the fuck?
Why
Ryan says that shit. Fuck, Ryan says this shit.
If Ryan jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
But you just
for her, yeah.
Would. Here we are worshiping this beautiful woman, and you're talking about German shit eating. I mean, come on.
Listen. I will drag my ball sack.
No. Listen.
100 miles worth
me.
of
Shut the fuck up.
broken glass, salt, and lemon juice just
Jeremy.
to smell her farts.
We're not on your goddamn stream. We're on Adam's stream. We're
Wow, I
supposed to
am.
respect the man's house. You don't take shit in his goddamn fridge.
They warned us about people like you!
I'm still muted. Hi. Yeah. Hi, everybody. It's been a day. It was a day for me. And then to come home and find out that James Earl Jones passed away.
Yeah, that was rough.
I didn't like that. I had enough shit going on in my day. That way, I mean, the day solved itself. I got through it. I'm fine. But then it's like, man, I didn't need this when I came home. I didn't need that. But I hope everybody else had a good day. We're going to talk about James Earl Jones. We're going to talk about Jones. I hope everybody had a good day. Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to Mellow Mondays, where we sit back and nerd out. You know, I got some stuff tonight. We're going to react to Mahler finishing Outlaws. It was glorious. You have to. The game really is horrible and it's so stupid, but it's like the last 10-15 minutes of his playthrough. You have to see it to believe it. We're gonna have some fun with that. We got a couple other things. Let's see what's on here. I got here like at the last second.
Are we gonna EFAP it in honor of Mahler?
We can. I mean,
make it into a 2-hour clip.
I don't know if we can, but I mean, we will do the long man justice. I hope. We got a couple small stories to go over. Not a whole lot. I'm sure it's gonna be one of those ones where we have a couple set things and then we'll see where the night takes us. Anyway, Devil, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm good. Tired.
Mhm.
Me and it was like Wednesday or Thursday last week. Static's all like, "Hey, dude, the next debate's on Tuesday.
Yep.
You want to do something for it?" So I've been having to like make an opener, make the thumbnail. We've been having to get people who want to be on all in like less than a week. It's been
Mhm.
pretty busy.
But it's coming together.
Yeah, I just before this, I finally got the thumbnail done, and now I just have to finish the last little bit of the opener, and that'll be ready for
Well,
tomorrow.
I'm sure all of you, everybody covering the debate tomorrow night's gonna have a good time. I'm gonna play video games. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna play video games.
Well, then you have more fun.
Hey. I'm enjoying Dragon Age 2, despite the fact that the PC version is just riddled with problems. But I'm still having fun. I mean, Samuel, I just did the Legacy DLC with Corypheus, and I missed 2 quests because I forgot it wouldn't let me go back and look again for things. So I didn't complete a quest in there. I didn't complete the Altar of Dumont. I feel bad about that, but I'll make up for it. I will. Next, I get to do the Felicia Day DLC.
Oh, yay.
Does your character become a lesbian and annoying?
No, she is though.
Well, that's why I was saying yes.
I know. Like,
Yeah, she is annoying.
Well, it was that period of time where she was queen of the nerds. Queen of nerds,
Yeah.
should be in everything. Yeah.
You everywhere you looked, you either saw her or Will Wheaton or fucking Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you're
all
not wrong.
3 of them.
Yeah, when they'd be like the tribunal of fake nerds, like, you know. Like,
I mean, both she and Will Wheaton were on Eureka at the same time as guest spots.
Both Patton Oswalt and her were the bad guys in the latest iteration of MST3K. Yes.
Really?
that's
Mhm.
I only Patton Oswalt was in Agents of Shield. Only
she was on
Felicia,
Supernatural.
yeah, she was the only one in Supernatural.
She
Although
actually
her
had a
character
good
was
character
good.
on Supernatural till they fucked
Made
it
her
up.
gay. Till they made her
Yeah.
gay. Let's be honest. It was
Well,
fine.
the thing is at Nerdum, we tend to like find redheads that are like cute
Yeah.
and like blow it way out of proportion,
Yeah.
right? I mean, there's the Warship of Scully. I mean, she was good looking. I'm not trying to shoot her down at
Gillian
all,
Anderson
but
evolved into something.
She's
slightly
aged really
hotter.
well too, though. So
Yeah.
oh yeah, she does look. I think she looks better now than she did in the show.
When-
But
okay.
people like nerds worship the ground she walked on. You had the redheaded nerd from Mythbusters. What was her name? I can't remember.
I didn't
She
watch
was
that.
cute.
I don't know.
She
Yeah,
was cute,
me.
but like you had guys obsessed with her, and the same thing with her. She's
Claudia Donovan from Warehouse 13.
yeah. There's another
for
one.
a minute. Yeah, for a minute, I was like, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah,
And then I got
and
over it.
it's like this redhead curse. Like you get a mildly attractive redhead, and now some of us nerds start going, you know.
Think about Gillian Anderson, and where Sammy says she's aged really well. You remember? Did you guys watch the first season of American Gods?
Yeah, I've watched almost all of that series.
In season 1, when she was what new god was she? The one that was in entertainment or everywhere? What was her character's name?
Yeah, she was. I don't remember which one she was, but she was just below Mr. World.
I forget what it's called. Anyway, but at one point in the episode, she was doing Lucille Ball was her persona, and she said, and when she said, "Would you like Lucy to give you a blowjob?" I was like, "Yes." I was like, "Yes," because in that moment she's all dolled up. She got all that stuff going on, and it's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm totally into this. I am totally down with this." It's like, let's do it right now. Have it happen. But yeah, so I mean, like, let me bring it up since we're talking about it, because I want to make a point by bringing up the Felicia Day DLC in Dragon Age. It's a little weaker than. Oop, I lost Devil.
I think he froze.
Oh, okay. I wasn't looking at the screen. Well, he'll be back in a second.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
It was you. It's always you. You're evil. You're the end of the day. You're the end of days. It's your problem. Felicia Day, Dragon Age 2.
Yeah, her whole character arc in that is pretty, like, I appreciate the glimpses into Canary culture, particularly with the non Vishoth species who are
Mhm.
involved in Canary culture. Was really kind of cool and interesting to find out more about that. It's just that Felicia Day is not a good voice actress. Has
No.
never been a good voice actress. She's not a particularly engaging actress on
No,
screen.
she has one mode, one
Yeah.
character mode. That's it. But my point of this is that go finish the thought. Finish the thought. Sorry, finish the thought.
Well, she was in this web series a while back called fuck was it called? It was called The Guild. That she was actually pretty good in, but she was basically playing a character she wrote for herself.
Mm. But the thing is this, I'm bringing this up for a reason. This picture here is because this is her character in the DLC. It
Mhm.
looks like her.
Yeah, she was
I-
really proud of that at the time too.
But my point is this though, they could make it look like her on the PlayStation 3 15 years ago. And they can't get it right now with the PlayStation 5, the Xbox, and PC ports on the
Yeah.
on JIC. They were doing it over a decade ago, but now we got to get K-Vest, and we're gonna get facefuls of her in a while. And oh my god, it really is that bad in the game. It is. So I just want to, but it just occurred to me that they can get her face right here because that's her. That's her, undoubtedly her.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and the face matched
yeah.
the voice, and I mean that was a benefit as well, I guess, if you're
Yeah.
into Felicia Day. The DLC overall I didn't mind.
It
I
was
just kind of
okay.
didn't appreciate her contribution to it because every other voice actor in DA2 puts in like
Mhm.
incredible fucking work, and she just
Yeah.
kind of was just like, "Hey, I'm happy to be here," and that's as far as it goes.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I've done that DLC I think 4 times over a decade ago, 4 or 5 times, and I like Legacy better. Of course, foreshadowing what Legacy, the meaning of Legacy in terms of
Mm.
it's foreshadowing. That makes it even better when you go back and play it. But I still like it better because this one, there's just something about the Orlesian hunt for the Wyvern, her messing with you, and I agree with you. The look into a non Kunari uh, member of the Qun is interesting.
Yeah.
But especially considering the end of Act 2, which I just did, was all about people wanting to join the Qun who were not being served in Kirkwall. So it was it was interesting to see one of them who is part of it and doing shit, but I still it's still in the end kind of falls flat for me. I'm just doing it for the gear and the experience right now. That's all I'm really doing
Mhm.
it for at this point. Actually, so doing Legacy DLC, I got Hawk's Key because I'm playing Mage, of course. So I got Hawk's Key, and forever that was my go-to for the rest of the game
Mhm.
because you tweak it, give it the stats you want.
Well, it levels with you too, doesn't it?
No, no, it doesn't.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different DLC weapon
You're
then.
thinking of the Malcolm's Promise and
Yeah.
the other one. Problem with Malcolm's Promise is that it's even though it levels with you, it's stats and buffs are kind of limited going deeper into the game, especially when you're fighting certain types of demons and other things. Half its damage just gets nullified on nightmare
Mhm.
mode. It's like, ugh. But the Hawk's Key had some really good stuff on it, but it tops out at damage 46. And one of the mods I'm using increases the value of junk. So you get a whole shit ton of gold. And I never this must have been added post the final updates to the PS3 version because I went to the Black Emporium at the beginning of Act 3 and there's 152 gold staff in there that I don't remember seeing before. I might be wrong. I just don't remember it. And normally I couldn't even buy that, but because I just came out of the other DLC, I brought down a crap ton of gold and I bought it,
Mm.
and it's got 48 damage per second, or 48 damage, plus 33% nature damage, plus 33% spirit damage, and plus it's got the same buff I had put on Hawk's Key where you have a chance to regenerate mana or stamina or health, but it's a higher percentage than that one. So I went, hell, I'm buying this. And it's also, I think it has an attack buff on it too. It's insane, insanely good. Oh, it also has, I'm sorry, it also has 104 mana stamina on it.
Yeah. That might have been something that was offered exclusively on PC.
Okay. because I've never
You
seen
know,
its design.
because
I've never
it's
seen its design either. It's pretty
yeah.
cool looking. Yeah, so, but it's really cool stuff. So I'm running with that now, and it's like, damn, I went did Legacy, so I get Hawk Ski at the beginning of Act 3, but damn, this is even better. So
I like that part of the DLC where you're wandering around the trophy room and you find that Krogan head on the wall.
I like it's same what they did with Mass Effect 2 and Mass
Mhm.
Effect 3 when they had ogres and other darkspawn statues.
In Mass
Mass
Effect
Effect.
2, you can get an armor set that's the Blood Dragon armor.
Yes, you can. It's one of the full body sets. It's not very
Yep.
good.
No, but it
compared
looks
to-
badass.
Oh, it looks badass, yeah. But I mean, if you're doing a new game plus, you have all your buffs from a previous game, and you can customize your we have all your different armor pieces. You can mix and match. It is not great, but it is cool looking. It is cool looking.
Mhm.
So I'm enjoying the hell out of Dragon Age 2. I'm probably going to finish it this week and move on to Dragon Age 3, which I'm happy to because it'll be on the console and it won't be skipping and freezing and lagging. And because the thing has FPS issues, it's at certain moments it just tanks. Even though I fixed it for the most part, it just suddenly will tank or lag, and it's maddening to do that. And I blame EA for never optimizing the performance in a decade. I blame EA. Fuck EA. Fuck EA. So yeah, I'm enjoying it and I'm having a great time. It is a lot of fun. And I know
I'm blaming PlayStation for not having it on the PlayStation Store. I don't know why they don't have it on the store. I would buy it on there in a second, even if it was $30. I'd be like, whatever, fine.
I would just say, why can't we just make it backwards compatible so I can?
Oh well, they'll never do that. But...
I know. Well, they won't go that far back because the PS5 is backwards compatible to PS4, but they're not going to go that far back to the PS3. They'll do some PS2 games, but they won't do PS3, which is weird to me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not enough of a tech nerd to understand the whys and the why nots. So
because they're bitches.
Yeah, they're bitches.
You know where they're bitches? I just saw today they're raising the price worldwide, not just Japan, worldwide on the PS5 DualSense controller. They're raising the price. Now, I've got a clean one with a protection plan that I plan on using. So I just couldn't use it earlier this year because the original warranty on it hadn't expired yet. But I'm going to use it. I'm going to have a backup.
Aren't they already like $65 a piece?
Yeah,
69. It's like the price of a game,
Jesus.
dude.
And they break.
Well, it's not so much break; they get drift. It's the drift.
Yeah,
that's what kills it.
Well, to me, that's a break. Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm down to one controller, and now I'm pretty sure with how much I've been using that one that's eventually going to fail.
This one,
and, yep. Then I got to go buy another one.
This one has drift on it, on the left analog stick. It's got drift, and I believe. Not this one, but the last one is the one. Everything was perfectly fine until it got a firmware update. That's when the drift first appeared. This one, I think, got drift naturally. This is my current one, which is still working perfectly fine. But we'll get another one as a backup. Just have to wait for my protection plan to go into full action. But it is a pain in the ass. But I do like the DualSense controller. I really do. I like the feel of it. I like the reaction time. It's a good controller. It's just the drift is bullshit, and raising the prices it makes them bitches. You're absolutely right. It makes them bitches because it's all about the PS5 Pro, which I could give two shits about. I already have one. I've had this for a year. Why do I want to get another one? This one's perfectly fine. I hate that. Right. I hate the Pro upgrade or the new Pro upgrade that consoles get. It's retarded.
They've been doing that for what the past 3, I think, PlayStations. Where they'll 3 years after it's done,
they did it with
the new one.
Yeah, they did it on 5. They've done it doing on a 5. They did it on 4. Did it on 3, and they did it on 2 when they started the 2 with the Slim Boy. The Slim Boy when it first came out.
Oh, you're right. They did. Yeah, and then they're all like, "You have to get this. It's so much better." And it's not. It's literally not. It's
and
just
they retroactively did
housing.
it with PS1, with the PS1, version. When they went back and they put it in a smaller, slimmer, kind of deal. They when PS2 came out with the Slim Boy, they did the same thing with PS1 at the time.
I mean, I have the slimmer PS3. It's still a beast though. I had like a second wave PS3, I think, when I got mine in late 09, early 10. But And I definitely got a later version PS4 because I didn't get my PS4. It had been out for I think 2 years already when I finally got mine, when I was able to save enough and get it. And also there were finally games I wanted on it. So it's listen, I am a console player. I play PC when I need to, but I grew up on consoles. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to bitch about stupid shit they do. I'm not going to cast a accusatory finger at them. Well, hail everybody in the chat. We're just chatting along to you guys can get in here. We're happy to have you guys tonight. On the it and I mentioned it when we started. Man, James Earl Jones dying just sucks. And because he's more than Darth Vader. That's the thing. He was more than Darth Vader.
He was a legend,
Yeah.
in Hollywood, in film history. Like
absolutely.
everybody
And
loved
stage.
James Earl Jones.
He had a stage career too.
Mhm.
I mean, the man was versatile.
He was from that generation of actors that are so good that all the actors we have now are shit compared to, like it's like I feel that way about Robert Duvall, Tommy Lee Jones, just these guys who just are so fucking good whenever they're in whatever role they do, no matter how small or big it is. And he was one of those. No matter what movie I saw him in, even if it, like I said, it wasn't the biggest role in the movie, he is just so damn good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what was great also? I didn't know a thing about his private life.
Yep.
I didn't know a thing about it. Not at all.
All I knew is he's conservative, which,
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't even want to know that. I don't want to know it. I just want them to
It's like the bare minimum that anybody knew about him, and I suspect the reason why Disney's been giving him the fucking finger for the last 10 years.
You notice every time he had a birthday, of course, up until now, Star Wars never wished him a happy birthday on Twitter.
Oh, I bet they will now.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet all kinds of people are going to be pretending to give a damn.
Yeah. That's a shame because without him, there is no Star Wars. Right.
He even though he's just a voice, he made Darth Vader.
Yeah. He may actually be one of the first stage and screen actors who transitioned into voice acting too. If I think about this, I don't know if he is the first, but he might be one of them.
Yeah. I don't know. You'd have to find that out, but I wouldn't be surprised because here's the thing. He had a career before he was the voice of Darth Vader. But that's what propelled him into icon status. And then through the 80s and 90s, 2000s, the roles he took were always, they seemed like perfect fits. And then, of course, he doesn't have just one iconic voice role. He has a second one with Mufasa from The Lion King. It's just, and like Devil said, I enjoyed him everything. I mean, it's about a month ago now, and I did it though. I recently watched Field of Dreams. Oh,
such a good movie.
Great, he's great in that, especially the whole movie where he's kind of surly and he's hiding the truth from God damn it, what's his name? Shit.
When he's lying to
I suddenly
damn it, now my brain farted.
It's been a long ass day. I don't have a lot of sleep under my belt.
God damn.
I might be getting my wires crossed.
Kevin Costner.
Oh yeah, there you go. Jesus Christ, we're all kind of brain farted.
We are brain farted. Listen, it's been a long ass day. I dropped. I mean, I got a deal. My guys as always.
Yeah, when he's playing Terrence Mann. Yeah.
Piece of dope.
Yeah, but so it's like, oh, you're from the '60s, really? Takes up the badge, like, oh, I'm gonna beat you right back to them. It's great, but he keeps secrets from Kevin Costner right up to the end, and he says they'll come. His final speech, they will come, Ray. You can't pile us under, and that's just a fantastic speech. And then his final moment when he walks into the corn stalks, and he just goes. like very youthful as he walks in there. It's so good. He's even good in a movie where he kind of just mails it in. You ever watch, Best of the Best?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think so.
He kind of just mails it into that one, but he's still great because he's just the stern coach. But at the very end, when the character Tommy is about to literally kill the other guy in the ring out of vengeance, you just hear him go, "No, Tommy, no. And it's like, how do you not pay attention to that? No.
He plays really good in that, but I have to say that freaking what's his name? Julia Roberts' brother.
Eric Roberts.
Yeah, Eric Roberts. His crying in that is
Oh,
so bad,
it's so
man. He's it's the ugliest cry ever.
Well,
He's
oh,
just
well,
his
Eric
face-
Roberts in that movie, he was supposed to be like the star of it, but it was like,
Yeah.
come on, give me a break. I mean, I like Eric Roberts in certain roles, but in that one, he had these cringe one-liners over and over again in the movie.
Yeah.
Although I love Best of the Best, I do enjoy it because it's a very simple movie, not very hard.
It's
to,
80s. It's 80s
Yeah.
kind of niche, you know, like you watch it and you're like, yeah, this feels like the 80s, but yeah. As far as story and acting, the rest of the people in it were kind of like, I still watch.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that? I can't remember what the name of the flick was, but it was James Earl Jones and Robert Duvall are like racist sons of bitches, and they hate each other's guts, and then they share a parent.
No, I don't know.
I forget what it's called, but it's about getting over that crap and then finding out that we're all like family underneath that. Like, it had a very good messaging in it, but yeah, it was about two cantankerous old fuckers who couldn't stand the other guy because one was black and one was white, and as it turns out, neither one of them was totally one or the other because they were family.
No, God,
They were like half brothers.
I've never.
And that's weird because with those two actors in it, like I said, I would watch it in a heartbeat.
That sounds
Yeah.
like must
Maybe
have been
Andy
either made
Pickle
in-
knows the name of it, but yeah, I can't remember it. I saw it years ago. It was really good. It was a nice little family drama.
Must have been made in the late 90s or mid 2000s then. If they're
I think it was early 90s.
early 90s. Wow, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. I don't know it. But yeah, and of course, like Andy Pickle brings it up, he is Thulsa Doom.
Oh yeah.
He's Thulsa Doom. I mean, that's I mean, he's barely
I
in Conan, but he's fantastic.
I have a love-hate relationship with that because while I think that Edward or Jones is impeccably performing the character in that, I've actually read the books, and that's not Thulsa Doom.
I know that isn't. Yeah, it's not.
Thulsa Doom's more like Skeletor.
Yeah. But it's I can overlook
yeah,
it 'cause
in
his
that movie,
performance
he's one of the last of the snake men, which were a race that preceded man. It's a whole thing. There's a giant rabbit hole about it. But anyway, he was really good in the role as it was written.
Yeah. Well, his performance, like, come to me.
Oh, yeah. That
Family
is power.
thing. Andy Pickle says it's called a family thing.
Yeah. I highly recommend it. I enjoyed the hell out of it when I watched it.
It's considering the two leads, it's probably a solid movie. I would expect that considering who's in it. But yeah. So this sucks because for years Jimmy's name would pop up on Twitter and everybody would think he was dead, but no, it was usually just his birthday or he was getting honored in some way. But no, this time it was real. I mean, it's
That's the first thing I did was as soon as that W posted that thing, I saw that was the only place that had any information on it. So I'm like, fuck this. And I went on my search engine and I still couldn't find it, which meant that it had just happened because it was minutes later that all these articles started popping up all over the place.
I mean, I saw it at 6 o'clock because that's when I got home. So I'm not sure how long it was before that when it started to appear. Because suddenly I refreshed YouTube and there were the videos. R.I.P. James Earl Jones. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? So,
yeah, it does suck for us, but I will say that I'm glad he made it to 93. Most of us should be so lucky.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming I haven't heard him being sick at all. I haven't heard rumors of him being sick. So I'm hoping it was a peaceful passing. I do know that he died in his home. And obviously his family was there. So and this is one of those times where, of course, all my hopes and thoughts are with his family because, of course, he means the most to them. But normally I don't get crazy over celebrities or anything. That's just not who I am. But I do appreciate ones that have impacted my life. And considering my love for Star Wars, James Earl Jones as Vader, as an icon, and also then as an iconic actor, he's impacted my life in terms of my entertainment and my love of something. And this is something that has been with me. This is an aspect of my nerddom that has been with me my whole life. And now, and you always knew it was going to happen. It's not like you're surprised that that a man has gotten older and passes away, but it happens, and it's just you aren't ready for that factor to be gone,
Well, it's
especially
like your
when you.
dad, right? It's like
Well,
you always think. I mean, not your dad specifically,
yeah,
Adam,
my dad died
but
when I was
like
5.
the idea of like most of the time people they have their dads around or their grandpas or some other like strong presence in their lives, and you just kind of take for granted that they're always going to be there, and then one day they aren't anymore, and that's kind of what this feels like.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's like what Devil said earlier. It's another, what's the right word? Okay, I'll say another modern legendary actor is gone, who was a different breed, a breed that doesn't exist anymore,
Mhm.
of entertainers who one, know how to entertain. They know how to behave with the fandoms that they are a part of, and they know where they know their role in all of this. And Jimmy Earl Jones was one of them. He knew he didn't lecture anybody, didn't do anything. He accepted his role in all of it. You never heard him say a bad word about being Darth Vader. At least I never did. Never heard him say a bad
No.
role about being Thulsa Doom. He did not reject nerddom, like let's just say like Harrison Ford does. He didn't
Yeah.
reject
I
nerddom.
you don't hear too much about it because I don't think that he went out of his way to do like tons and tons of conventions or
Oh no,
like
no,
signings or anything.
yeah.
But the stories that you do hear about people who have met him on the street, are always positive and upbeat, and they always come away feeling, like on top of the fucking world because it's the kind of dude he was.
Mm. And because he also had a stage career, and in his later years, he went back to stage, like a decade ago in the beginning of the 2010s. He went back to stage work, and to do that again, to me, that I respect that, because that's just pure acting there. There's no sets, there's no nothing, no director in the moment. Of course, there are directors of plays, but when you're on the stage there, you have to have your presence and your power to carry. And James Earl Jones had gravitas in anything he was in. He had a presence that just elevated the quality of it. And there aren't many like that anymore. And those who are left are either retired or have been there too long. I mean, perfect example.
Mhm.
As Star Trek fans, we love Patrick Stewart. We loved Star Trek Next Generation, and in that period of time, he had gravitas. But as they kept pushing him out in more and more movies in these past few years, as he has aged poorly, he's not the vigorous version of Patrick Stewart we knew from previous movies and TV shows. His gravitas has waned, and I think James Earl Jones, when he retired a few years ago, knew when to call it quits. But he did get one last hurrah when he went back to stage and was able to really carry on his art one more time. But then said, "Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'm done. I'm not going to keep pushing it." And it's that kind of performer that, as several said, we don't have anymore, and it's shame, because a lot of them are nitwits and idiots and talentless too. That's the thing, talentless. A lot of talentless assholes out there. Yeah, I've seen that interview. I've seen that interview, Andy Pickle, where Prowse wasn't really nailing it, and then they brought in James Earl Jones, and suddenly Darth Vader was truly born. I mean, people got to remember, Darth Vader is a combination of many great men. It's not just one man, but it's everybody it's the physical presence of Prowse, and then the voice of Darth Vader, the voice of James Earl Jones, and then at the very end, I always forget his name, who plays Anakin at the end of Jedi. I always forget his name. And Legatus is going to yell at me because he always knows it, and I always forget it. He's going to yell at me any second now when he catches up to this.
Honestly, I don't think I ever learned his name.
I knew his name, Sebastian something. I think it's Sebastian. Sebastian something. And I'll be yelled at in a second. They're probably catching up now, but it's many men to make that. And now you can even say, in a sense, not Darth Vader, but Anakin is, of course, Hayden Christensen. So the character has a lot, but they all bring something to it. And they all made it larger than life, to the point where, as much as people love Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Yoda, all that kind of stuff, people always want to see more Darth Vader. They've always wanted more Darth Vader. Sebastian Shaw, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Sebastian Shaw. Yeah, at least I got his first name. For Legatus had to chip in there.
I thought Sebastian Shaw was the mutant leader of the Hellfire Club in Marvel Comics.
I don't know.
Both could be. It's not like the name's exclusive to one or the other.
I know. It's that name stands out. It's not like a common,
But all right, so just I don't want to linger on this too long because it's sad stuff. We don't want to. We will all mourn his passing in our own ways. But I'm gonna miss him, even though he was retired. Just knowing that he was out there was cool, and it's just another great legend has passed on.
Yeah, just in short, requiescat in pace.
Translate, please.
Oh, sorry. Latin for may he rest in peace.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what RIP means.
I didn't actually know that.
It's I
just said rest in peace.
Requiescat in pace.
Yeah. Okay. I just knew I always knew the English translation. I'm an uncultured swine. Okay.
Luckily, the English translation has the same initials.
Yeah, so I'm not a complete idiot. All right, so R.I.P. James Earl Jones. You will be missed, sir. But we have all your great work that we can always enjoy forevermore, as long as you get it on physical media, so they can't take it away from you. By physical media. Okay. I got 2 topics, and of course, if you guys have anything you want to throw in there, as always, we will do it. Here's the first topic. They announced this today, and I just want to bring it up because we now get the clock now. The clock now begins. They are officially doing open casting call for Harry Potter TV show.
No, this is going to be so bad.
It's happening, but you must be between 9 and 10 years old as of 2025. 9 and 11. For Harry, Hermione, and Ron. Yeah.
So many casting things for Hollywood. That's the first thing.
Actually, no. Well, it's not Hollywood. It's for UK only. It's UK only.
I know.
You must
joke.
I know, but
but that doesn't mean they're not going to show up wearing turbans and eating shawarma, right?
Yes. Now that does mention that the there is a diversity line in there, but that's in everything in the UK. So the clock is now ticking. We will find out because they're gonna start filming next year, which means hang on, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. We will know probably by the end of the year, and that will tell us. It's going to tell us what to expect. If we get 3 white kids and one of them a ginger and the other one a mousy brunette, then we'll know where we're going.
Here's the thing: this is a big test because we've been talking about how it seems like the tides are turning on this wokeism in Hollywood and in movies and stuff, but all the stuff that's been coming out has been stuff that was happening before the turn. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're still getting stuff that is, tainted with all that crap. If they're choosing the cast now after the turn, you're right. This will be a test. This will be we'll see. Is stuff really changing, or are they going to do the same shit we've seen for so many years where it's failing, where Hermione's going to be overweight and black, Ron is going to be gay and Asian, and Harry Potter's going to be trans.
Well, okay, no, he won't be trans because J.K. Rowling is directly involved in this, so we can at least know nobody's going to be a trans. There's going to be no trans because that's the one thing that she puts her foot down on. No men pretending to be women, no women pretending to be men. So there won't be any trans, but there is always the chance we'll get Black Hermione, and we might get gay Ron. So
No, they're gonna black Ron up. He's a redhead.
Ginger side is real. Ginger side is real. Now, I've said over and over
again,
again,
be white as the Slytherin boy.
albino Ron.
Oh no, albinos are oppressed. He can't be albino. He's got to be Aryan.
Yeah.
But I've been on the record that I am holding out that slim little bit of hope that they're going to get this right, because this is going to be on Max, not on Netflix, but on Max. And one thing Max HBO knows how to do is make television. They know how to make TV. They know how to get the right people in there. They know how to mostly keep the bullshit out. And I have to believe somebody over there knows that if you F with what the essentially Holy Trinity should look like in this story, you are going to be spitting in the face of the very, very passionate Potter fan base, because they still are. The Harry Potter fan base is massive and passionate to this day.
Yeah. Here's the thing. They must have paid a fortune for the rights to Harry Potter. They had to.
It's Warner Brothers, so they still have it. It's Warner
okay,
Brothers.
so they just automatically have it. All right, then that changes it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think they'll change the kids. I think they're going to keep them the same. I think if they're going to do changes, they're going to hit them on all the secondary characters. I have no doubt that they are looking for Snape to be a different race. They're looking for McGonagall to be a different race or sexual orientation, whatever it is. They're definitely going to play up the Dumbledore being gay part. They're going to play that up because that's a freebie for them.
Because Rowling, that's her own design. She redesigned him. She retconned it later on. So I get, you're right. Dumbledore is going to be gay.
Yeah.
But, that's not a make or break for me, because, I mean, it's retarded, but it doesn't change the story.
Yeah.
Only changes that final moment between him and, what's his name? That previous evil dark
Snape?
Wizard. No. The one who his rival.
Oh, shit.
The one from the one they had Johnny Depp
from
play.
the Magic Beasts or whatever
Grindelwald.
Yeah.
Grindelwald.
Here's the thing: is they're gonna want to make it something that people know. So, which is exactly what it was. She can sit here and say that she made Dumbledore gay from the beginning. Maybe, but since it was a kid's story, she never addressed it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that she'll allow them to. So even though this show isn't just for kids, obviously there's going to be a lot of adults watching it and stuff too.
Oh yeah.
I'm just afraid she's going to try to make it front and center. Like literally Dumbledore and the fucking creepy maintenance dude are going to be making out or some shit. I think that she's going to try to make it something totally visible so that they can sit there and wave the flag, about it. And
I hope not. I really hope not. I'm not going to bet against
Dumbledore
it, but I hope
gay.
not.
I just don't need to see him blowing a dude. Great, he's gay. Who cares?
I mean, I think you're right. There will be something slipped in there to remind you that he's gay. I don't think you're far.
Right.
He's gonna have a magical dildo in his fucking office that sings.
Hey, where's the Elder Wand?
sorting
Yeah.
cock.
Where do you
Oh,
keep your wand,
where's the
Professor?
wand? Oh, yeah.
It's the
Harry,
sorting cock. You sit on it and it tells you where you need to go.
Harry,
Sorting cock.
it's God damn it. It's like the end of the end of. I'm trying to move past it. I'm just trying-
And thus concludes the extent of my Harry Potter knowledge.
the end of the Deathly Hollows.
Gryffindor.
Harry
No,
gets
it'd
to
be like
why does it smell bad?
Gryffindor.
I'm trying to ignore it. Just keep going with it. I'm trying to pretend he didn't say any of it.
I'll slither in.
Devil's point. Back on the topic. I think it is. I think the secondary characters will be all fair game for swapping if that's the way they go. Now, once again, does that break anything? Not necessarily. It'll be frowned upon, but if they have quality actors, because the open casting call here is just for the Holy Trinity. It's not for the entire cast. It's just for Harry, Ron, and Hermione. That's only who it's for. They're probably going to fill out all the adults with well-known character actors here and there. And if they do some race swaps, and I think it'll only be race swaps. I don't think they're going to do gender swaps because I think that rubs Rowling the wrong way if they do gender swaps. I think that's too close to a trans type of thing for her. Just my guess. But if they do race swaps, which I think she is on board with, if they put quality actors in there, I can sort of do it because it is modern day. It's not like it's the Hogwarts Legacy era where we're all going, why are all these race swaps here and there? This isn't what that period of time looked like. But modern day, I can kind of accept it. I'll frown on it and I'll remark on it. But if the acting and performances work, then I'll find a way to accept it. But I just don't think they're stupid enough to race swap Harry, Ron, and Hermione. I just don't think they're that stupid because you are then immediately flushing down all the money that Potterheads will give you to watch this and buy merch. I just don't think they're that stupid. I really don't. Because this if they're doing 7 seasons, probably between 8 and 12 episodes, somewhere around there, which means they're going to fully adapt every book, everything the movies couldn't do. This could be, if done successfully, and I'm on the record saying this past, this could be one of the most successful television shows of all time. Considering the continued powerful hold the Harry Potter brand has as a whole around the world. I mean, so I'm going to hold out hope. And when we get these official announcements of who has been cast in probably, I would say 3 to 4 months, because, with the casting call, probably would say a month to gather it all up, then another month to schedule, and then another month to deliberate. And then we'll probably get it somewhere. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we get it around Christmas because didn't they always like to drop Harry Potter movies on Christmas?
Yeah, I think they were always pretty close to it.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if in December we get an announcement of the official casting of the Holy Trinity for Harry Potter.
If they are going to change a kid, I think where they might go with the kids changing is either who's that little albino girl one? The crazy one.
Luna Lovegood?
Luna Lovegood. She's very well possible that they might race swap her. Or Neville Longbottom. I think that they would possibly change him.
Considering Neville's importance, as he also could have been the boy who lived, because he was one of the ones that was targeted back then. I don't know if they'll swap him because Neville has a whole side story evolution on his own, and people really like that. I don't know. I could see other ones though. I mean, they already have characters like Cho Chan. They already have an Asian in there. There's already also a couple black kids in there too.
Yeah, they do. But the reason why I think they would is because one, he's kind of a very, I don't know if that's the right word, but like benevolent character. He's very noble and he's a lot like the 3 kids, Well, he has the hero moment when he cuts the head off of Nagini.
That proves his nobility when he can draw the sword of Gryffindor.
Yeah,
from the hat. Yeah,
and so he's kind of like almost part of them, but always on the side. And so that's why I have this clue that that's who they would go for if they are going to race swap somebody, is just because he's close enough to the kind of events that he's a notable enough character that if they made him black, they can sit there and virtue signal how, look, he's black now. Who type thing.
Hang on a second. Wait a minute. No. Man, I'm sorry.
He plays central in a lot of big moments. Like, it's his points that get Gryffindor the win of the house crown in the first book. Him standing up to his friends and them freezing his ass. He gives Harry the seaweed that he can breathe underwater. So he has that. He's always, like I said, one step away from them in the hero kind of moments and stuff. He's essential to them. And he's one of the Order of the Phoenix that go to recover the orb with the Harry's prophecy on it and stuff. He's always there. And so I just think, like I said, he's far enough away from the main people that they're not they're afraid, they're sure they won't get the backlash.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, anybody outside of, I think, the Trinity, Dumbledore, I don't think Dumbledore is up for a race swap. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they'd race swap Snape either.
Yeah, because he's a very popular character.
He's specifically described in the books. He's one of those characters that has a specific description. Anybody could be under the Voldemort makeup. It could be anybody, so I don't care about Voldemort. It could be anybody under that makeup when he's full Voldemort form. Now it's Tom Riddle, of course. If he's not white, then there you go. But I guess they could swap some of the teachers and professors. They could do that. Very easy. And like you said, a lot of the kids, a lot of the students could do it. But if they make Ron, if they keep Ron an actual ginger, that means the entire Weasley ginger clan will be gingers.
I can't wait to see Hagrid look like freaking Kimbo Slice.
Oh, God. You know why I don't think they would do that to Hagrid? Out of respect for the memory of, what's his name, who played Hagrid in the movies?
Yeah, you'd think.
You think they want abuse of the memories?
I'm trying to be positive here, belligerent bastards. Trying to be positive. I don't want to shit on this until absolutely necessary. I want to try and remain unbiased. I don't want people to say,
that's fair enough. I've been shitting on Harry Potter for fucking 20 years, though. So
that's fine.
I'm not going to stop doing that.
Listen,
it's not a fandom I was ever part of.
Yeah.
Like my ex-wife was into this shit, and one of my kids was really into this stuff. And other than that, though, it was always like kids or the kind of girls who take Twilight to be gospel. And so I just kind of stayed away from all of that shit.
I wasn't into it until I think I saw the third movie. Then I was like, okay, I'm kind of okay with this. And then I kept going. And then when they started getting close to the end of it, I thought, you know what? I'm going to actually go back and read the books where they started to go wrong with movies. So I went back and started reading, I think, with Goblet of Fire, where they started to go wrong in the movies. And I don't think Rowling is like the greatest author in the world. I think the idea of the story is nice, and it's got all the proper points of young adult storytelling, because this was made for young adults. It's not made for grown-ass men or women.
Well, but I think she was writing for her own kids too, wasn't she?
Yeah. And if it is her, even, because there are theories, and I've kind of prescribed to it in the past, that after a certain point, it's not even her writing anymore; it's a team, because the voice of the books changes, and it seems to forget whoever's writing it seems to forget certain things about characters. Or I've always been critical of the fact that out of nowhere Harry suddenly is into Ginny Weasley, like out of nowhere, and she's into him. And I felt like after Goblet of Fire, they abandoned Harry and Hermione and like just then switched her to Ron. So I feel like there was some changes in the pack. I'm not saying she wasn't involved. I'm just saying I think she might have had a little ghostwriting going on. Just a little bit. But the story still holds up for me as a nice little story, and I was invested to see how it ended. And I always will say that final battle at Hogwarts, the very final battle, where it's the final scene where there's a giant battle going on in the Great Hall.
Yeah, the Battle of Hogwarts is what it's
Yeah,
called.
but like the final part though, where everybody's in the Great Hall and you've got McGonagall and a couple others literally all dueling Voldemort at the same time, while Harry's running around with the cloak of invisibility, kind of just doing roguish shit and effing people up, so and helping out the best he can until he gets the moment where he can act on his theory about who owns the Elder Wand. I always thought that was a really cool scene, and I was so excited and ready to see it in the movie form, and then they fucking butchered it. They completely butchered it and threw the actual scene out the window. And I was
Yeah.
that's when I became disgusted with the movies as a whole. And I know that might be heresy to say to some people, but I will say it because I haven't said before. So I'm hoping, because I really wanted to hear that John Williams score. And I think I just made the mistake again that John Williams didn't score the final one. I keep always making that mistake. I think Jed and I continue to have this conversation, and he always tells me he didn't score the last one, Adam. You always freaking mess that up. Either way, I always wanted to see that moment, and I didn't get it. And I kind of want this to work because I want to see that moment in live action. I really want to see it. So
I'm glad they kept in the part where the Weasley mom takes out fucking what's that crazy bitch's name?
Lestrange.
Lestrange, yeah. God damn, I hate her so much. Like it just her. Oh, she's such a psychotic.
Yeah,
bitch.
you know what? I would have tried to fix Helena Bonham Carter in that movie. I would have tried to fix her.
Oh yeah,
I would have tried to
Bellatrix.
fix her in Fight Club.
Hey, listen, I will always try to fix Helena Bonham Carter in any of she's kind of crazy.
I'd have bottom her Carter. Anyway, point is,
Bellatrix Lestrange, yeah.
Yeah, like when the mom says you're not gonna hurt like another one of my kids or something, and takes her out. Goddamn, when I in the book, I was like, fuck yeah, that cunt.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm glad they kept that in the movie, but I do agree that they kind of muted a lot of the Battle of Hogwarts.
Yeah, they just reduced it and just had a retarded ending. So I kind of wanted to go. I wanted to be accurate because I want to see that. To this day, I still want to see that. So I'm gonna hold out hope until I have a reason not to. I want to be able to say I was hoping for the best with this. So,
well, like, look, Adam. I hope it works out for you. I hope it works out for Harry Potter fans everywhere. I don't wish ill on the fandom.
Yeah.
I just, I'm not particularly hopeful about it myself.
Well,
and seeing as how I'm not a fan of it either, though, I'm just gonna kind of step to the side and just like wish you guys luck.
Samuel, if it's bad, I win either way. It's good content if we review if it's good. It's great content if it sucks when I review it.
Well, I get as a content creator that it would be a good thing if it went bad.
It's a win-win.
As a fan, though, it's not.
Yeah, I want the positive win. I don't want the negative win. I want the positive win.
One, Legatus Garlic would not be in that because different time period, but two, that goes into exactly what I was talking about early. The boner everyone had for Professor Garlic from the game. It was because she was a redhead.
She also had big ass titties.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if she was a brunette with big ass titties, people wouldn't have loved her as much as they did. But yeah, it's same energy.
You know what? Everybody wants a redhead until they actually get a redhead.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I was married to one, so
it's one of those things all of us have to learn on our own. Because even though you're saying this, if there was a big titty redhead, I'd be like, yes, please.
Well, I'm right there with you. I would probably make that mistake a second time, maybe even a third.
Sam's all like, never again. I'm not falling for that. And so it's all like,
right?
Hey, I love your content. He's all like, oh boy.
I gotta
go again.
I gotta step away for a few minutes. So if you guys want to grab another, choose a topic, I'll be back as quickly as I can.
I have a topic. I have a perfect topic. Sam, why the hell did you start up Nancy Pelosi AI pervert photos? What is wrong with you?
First of all, I know Gal's blaming me for that, but it was not, in fact, me that started that shit. That all came about. That was a weird little conversation that started with Shadow of Hawk is apparently a brony now, and we got into discussions about the
course.
difference between furries and therians on Saturday, and it turned into this thing, and Shock got brought up. And we were talking about some other shit too, and I don't even remember how I listened back to the podcast earlier today to make that short, but I'm still not sure exactly what happened. I just know that I put that out there that like we need Nancy Pelosi in like a cow themed bikini or whatever. And so Shadow, he's listening to the podcast, and somebody Static was on the show, and he went and made one. And when he posted that, Shadow went underneath it and he tagged a guy named Ravelek. And if you know who Ravelek is he makes no secret of being a pervert. And if you set him to do something and then you try to call him off, as Shadow did, you're going to get triple what you asked for, and it's going to be awful. And that one that I posted in that chat, that was the last one. And she kind of looks like she has a dick in that one.
And the other night when all those started popping up for some reason, probably because I'm tagged in your tweets, I got every single one of them. I'm all like, why? Who the fuck started the Nancy Pelosi perversion in here? I thought it was Shock. I thought for sure it was Shock saying, I need a picture of Nancy in a bikini. And I'm all like, God damn, what the fuck is happening on the internet? This is why it shouldn't exist. So yeah, when you talked about it in the thing, I was all, it was you? What is fucking wrong with you?
It was partially me. It was a joint group effort of degeneracy.
You got to think about what you say, man. You can't say shit. You can't put that evil into the world. You know better. We've been around for thousands of years. We got to do better, Sam.
That evil was already in the world. I was just bringing it to light.
Don't bring it to light. Let it be in the dark.
You know what the best part is, though? If you go back, you watch the podcast when that last picture comes up, it's right towards the end. You can see Gal visibly holding back her gag reflex when she notices that this AI picture has a fucking treasure trail sticking up just above the bikini line.
It's just, it shouldn't exist.
Oh, I agree. But if I had to see it, so does everybody else.
Man, there's so many women in this world that I would freaking kill to see in a bikini. She's not even in like here's the line, and she's somewhere in Europe.
What kills me about it is that the AI always goes out of its way to make it look like a much younger, much more fit and toned body, except for the turkey arms and the turkey neck.
Yeah, it makes it look like her whole body's been Botoxed.
Right.
Yeah. So
I'd bring it up, but I don't have power.
No, we don't need it. This is for all the people in the chat. Never look for Nancy Pelosi in a bikini. You'll never be able to purge that evil from your brain.
Yeah, it's kind of a wonder that she could even stand up, because it's sort of like having a couple of like wet sandbags hanging from your chest, I suppose.
Things that make you go, bleh.
Yeah. If Shadow were here, he wouldn't get that reference. It's way before his time.
Goddamn young kid.
Right?
No, we tomorrow with this bloodbath, the opener, some of the people who are going to be on panel already had a little video made for him, and Shocks was already made, so I didn't have to really do anything with that, but I made it where he's standing at, it's the picture of Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer standing, or they look like American Gothic. They're standing all stoic and creepy looking. And so I put Shock's face on Schumer's, and I got little hearts over the eyes blinking and shit. Like she's standing there looking like a creepy zombie. So I was all, yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that one. I was thinking of changing it, but I was all that it works.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
had
those work.
I had to add in make a video clip for ABF. I had to make one for Hayden. I had to make one for myself. And so that's been pretty much my whole day is I was doing some grocery shopping, and in between that, because somebody else was actually driving, uh, I was doing videos in the car, just CapCut and like keyframing the whole damn thing, trying to get them done. So yeah, I'm surprised I caught up with as much as I did today.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's just there's so much shit going on today. Today's been kind of a crazy day. I could have sworn there was a trailer that came out recently that I saw that I was gonna bring up too, but I can't fucking remember what it was. Not to save my life. If for some reason I keep coming back to the Sonic 3 trailer, but I think we brought that up a little bit last week.
Yeah, there was another trailer. God, what was it? Oh, you talking about the maybe the Minecraft one?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh God, it's horrible. You do it's so bad. Like they made Momoa look like the biggest freaking gay dude ever. I'm like sitting here like, what can I call him? I don't want to get Adam's channel hit. But yeah, like he's a flaming Homer Simpson.
Tomato. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
That
just it
doesn't
looks
surprise me.
horrible. It looks
That's kind of
absolutely
a
horrible.
that's kind of a trend in Hollywood too. If you get these big manly men who are, very macho, very butch, and clearly very straight, and you put them in a feather boa and you make them like, do the whole limp wristed thing and all that shit. It's sort of a humiliation ritual kind of thing. Did you ever see Madness in the Madness in the Method?
No.
Which is so it's the first film that Jason Mewes directed.
Mhm.
And it's got Kevin Smith in it playing Kevin Smith, along with a bunch of other people. Jason Mewes is playing himself. He's trying to get out of the typecast thing, so he learns about method acting with this.
Gina Carano's in that, right?
She
Does
plays his
plays
wife, and she actually says, "Command my clit, clit commander."
I'm gonna have to watch it just for that.
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hot.
Sold
But,
it.
so yes, she is in that. But there's Danny Trejo's in it too, and he's trying to get into character, and so he's wandering around with his fucking pink feather boa at this party, talking like he's talking like he's a middle-aged woman. And it's the weirdest, most incongruous thing because I'm like, I know that dude killed people.
Yes, yeah, that's pretty weird. Did you see that picture that came out of John Batista or whatever his name is?
Oh yeah, where he looks like somebody took a potato peeler to his muscles.
Yeah, he looks
And
like,
just
and
shaved
he's
them
in
down.
that fucking. I don't know if it's supposed to be for dudes, but he looks like one of the fucking Golden Girls. It's fucking. It looks so weird, and that's what Hollywood does to you. It fucks you up like that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah.
give a shit if I was in Hollywood and I was successful. If they said, "Here, we really want you to put this blouse on," I'd be like, "And you can go straight fuck yourself."
Yeah.
Ain't happening. I don't care. I'm never gonna put on women's clothes, especially not to go out. And what makes these guys turn into such tools?
Okay. So I can't answer this for all men in Hollywood, although I think that to a degree, like everybody who's successful ends up in a dress sooner or later. But there is a correlation with very masculine black actors in Hollywood. Every single one of them who's ever made it successfully, with like 2 exceptions, has been at some point in their career in a dress on screen. I don't think Denzel Washington ever did it.
James Earl Jones never did it.
No, he never did. But like guys like Chris Rock, right? Chris Rock was a drag queen on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I can understand it in a movie role if it's purposeful to the role. Like, I get it. Like, have you ever seen that movie Armed and Dangerous, I believe it's called?
I think
Had
so.
John Candy, the guy who
Yeah,
played
yeah.
in American Pie, the dad. plays in it. God,
Eugene Levy. Yeah.
yeah, Eugene Levy. You know, they're running from these corrupt cops that want to kill them, and so they dip into this porn shop, and they're all, how are we going to get out of this? And they see this big drag queen and this guy in leather in the gay section, and so they like trick them back into the room where you watch the girl dance for like $5 and jerk off, and they take their clothes, and as they're going out the door, the cops come and like start, who are you? And they do this whole we're gay shtick. Anyway, okay, I get it. It's fundamental to the characters. That's how they get out, is because these guys are like, you know, they're not these gay dudes.
Wait, gay dudes? What? What did I come back?
Talking about Dermy, shut up.
Oh, okay, fine. I accept that answer.
But I hate when they do it for some shock value or something. It's just such lazy crap. And like I said, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, in a lot of cases, it's not so much for shock value. It's like part of the price of admission in the Club of Hollywood, particularly for black men. I mean, look at Chris Tucker. You know, before he got real big, he was in The Fifth Element, walking around in a dress. Before Chris Rock got real big, he was in a dress on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, it happens over and over and over again. And like, that's one of the reasons that Dave Chappelle left Hollywood, because they wanted to put him in a dress. He's been very, very vocal about
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah. You know,
drag him out. Jeez.
Yeah, I think Jamie Foxx did it at one point. You know,
well, he did it on
Wesley Snipes did it in Kung Fu.
Yeah,
well,
he did.
Wesley Snipes did it. I mean, well, Jamie Foxx did it before he was famous, when he was Wanda on Unlimited.
Yeah,
sure.
I rock you well.
So, you know, but like it's you know, almost every black man who's come up in the last, like, I call it 40 years, right, who's made it really big. From when they were young, like if you look early enough in their career, you're almost always going to find something similar to that. It's almost like a price of admission to the big boys club.
How many of them you think are like on the down low? Like, there's all those rumors about.
I'd imagine most of them are straight as shit. They're just, yeah, P. Diddy is a special case. There's also rumors about the cartel selling him stuff, and by stuff I mean kids. We'll move on now.
In Minecraft.
Yeah.
I need a way out of that one.
In the Minecraft movie.
Oh, God.
I mean, Jack Black.
Oh, I mean, Jesus Christ.
I told you it was that bad.
We ripped into that this weekend when we watched. We didn't watch the trailer. Everybody already seen it, make anybody watch it. But I mean, I don't know where to begin with that. One, maybe because I'm not into Minecraft. I'm not. I never have been. People have tried to get me into it, and what?
I was agreeing with you. I said, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said. I didn't sound like you said, yeah. So I've never been into it. And it just seemed like a home run. In now, as everybody's breaking down, especially when they did that remastered trailer where they made it all Minecraft animation, that would have been a home run. Just make the Minecraft movie. But instead, you've got. And I've said, and we went, and I pointed this out on Roundtable yesterday, and I hadn't checked that out until right then, and I was spot on. So first of all, get to my point. You've got Jack Black as just a fat dude in a tight blue shirt, being Jack Black. That's not a sell for kids. You got fat black chick who apparently everybody's saying, "How dare you call her fat and black?" She almost won an Oscar. Nobody knows because nobody watches the Oscars anymore. You've got Jason Momoa, who's not even in thirst mode, which is all chicks want to see him. They just want him through thirst mode. You got some kid actor who no one's ever heard of is playing the young kid. And then you've got the white girl, who is, we looked it up yesterday, she's 22 years old. She is a young woman of normal consent age. And she's also the chick, I knew I recognized her, but until I looked it up, she's the chick who played opposite in Wednesday. She was the werewolf chick friend in Wednesday.
Oh, she was okay in that. As far as Wednesday went, I didn't like Wednesday very much. The show, I mean, but as far as like, you know, individual performances go, yeah, she was fine in that.
So they've cast her in this, but they've cast a 22-year-old girl, and they make her look like she's 15 for the PDFs. That was my take on that. So who is this movie for? Because I mean, everybody's rejecting this. The trailer's getting destroyed.
The only
Who's
thing
it
I've
for?
done with Minecraft is my cousin had a server
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted me to go on it, so I went on and I ended up building Trump Tower on it just to be a dick. Now it was empty. There was no, it was hollow, but I just went down in the mines, mined a bunch of freaking the gray rock, whatever the hell it is, and just started building a big square. And then I stacked the squares underneath myself up to the very top and started putting Trump. And I ended up dying like 6 times by walking off and hitting the ground. But I put big old Trump across the top in, I can't remember. It was some sort of yellow block. I don't think it might have been gold. I don't know.
Hey, that would work. That'd be
And
appropriate.
yeah, and because he was gone for a little bit, and when he came back, he got all pissed and destroyed it. But it
He
was
destroyed it because you put Trump Tower in there.
He's all like, "Stop being a dick on my server."
I
Whatever,
mean,
dude.
that's the thing, though. Everybody I knew had their own private server. They didn't play on a public server. They were private servers where they had their own worlds and they did their own shit. And of course,
Yeah.
they
As a
were
parent,
psychos.
do not let your kids play on a public server. Just don't do it because it is rife with the wrong kind of people.
Oh, what you think? You
Yeah.
think?
Toxic. Some
Yeah.
people-
Not just toxic.
No,
PDF
I
files.
know it is.
PDF files.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That's
So
one of the reasons that the whole Minecraft channel YouTube thing kind of fell apart.
Really? I had to ask this question on Sunday and nobody really had an answer for me. Is Minecraft still really a thing anymore? Because I mean, I don't
I've
know.
been
The game
haven't
is,
heard
yeah.
about that as
Okay.
Roblox or whatever. I thought Roblox kind of took over for it, didn't it?
Uh-huh.
As
Okay.
far as the kid section goes, I don't
I
know.
think-
Adults might still play it.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are plenty of kids who still do play it. It's just less prominent out there. Like I said on the YouTube thing, like the Roblox thing kind of took over that whole space. And then you
Mhm.
found out they were infected with all the same people. Because guess who migrated over when they found out where the kids were going? But yay. So,
can we
but as far as like
introduce
people
wood chippers
playing
into
like
these
on their
games?
own,
Put wood chippers in
Yes.
these games, all right?
well, you can build one.
They
not that
have a
difficult.
thing in Rust where you can feed people into a wood chipper. Why can't we put that into those games? Like if you're even suspected of like, thirsting for kids on those things, it's like mods can come in and put your character through a wood chipper.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, but as far as private servers go, yeah, there's still plenty of people playing on private servers.
I
My kid
figured.
plays on them.
Okay, so I figured. I just don't know because I was never into it, and the people that I knew who played it, I don't talk to most of them. Not because we had a falling out. We just went our separate gaming ways and stuff. So I don't have those conversations. They don't, or what they don't try to pester me to play anymore. Is the thing. It's like, come on, Adam, come play Minecraft with us. You'll have fun.
There's so much
No.
funner games. Why would
Yeah.
you?
No, I'm not gonna play Minecraft. Never mind.
I've only ever played with my kid because she begged me to, and I had
You
fun
mean-
with her. But generally,
being a good
speaking,
dad.
I don't pick up the game without her. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't touch the game without her because honestly, it's not my thing. If I want to do something like that, I'll buy some goddamn Legos, frankly, and I'd rather do that in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen. I'm all for survival stuff, building stuff, but Minecraft, the whole whimsical nature of it is unappealing to me. That's the thing. It's unappealing to me. I like building stuff in games, but that doesn't do it
Well,
for me at
it's
all.
it's like
Yeah.
that Conan game without all the cannibalism
Well,
and nudity.
I like.
Dermy is the cannibal, okay? We're not the cannibals.
Oh,
it's
I play
Dermy.
Cannibal too, buddy.
I look.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like.
so now you have
sand-
something in common with Dermy. Great. You have Dermy common. There you go.
I like sandbox games, but it was really easy to get boring. Like I said, after the 30th time of going into the cave and digging up gray rock, I was like, God damn, and try not to get blown up. That's the other, you turn around and the little green fuckers are blowing you in half. Otherwise, it was monotonous. I was just like trying to complete the tower so I could stop because that was my whole goal of the
need
whole damn thing.
you need co-op for that shit. You need people to do shit with in those type of situations. Otherwise, if you're by
That's true.
yourself, once you complete your grand design, whatever you have in your head to make, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, like you get into I forget, it's not survival mode, but it's the other mode where it's basically you just have access to everything and you can just build whatever you want. That's really what we spent most of our time in, not so much in the survival mode. We were just building stuff and breaking stuff and building more stuff and having a good time that way. I built a 100+ floor tower entirely out of dynamite. I murdered a whole continent when I set that thing off.
Like creative
was
mode?
awesome. Yeah,
type
creative
situation?
mode. That's it.
Yeah.
If you like Minecraft, I hope you still enjoy it. But this movie is just not. It is not a win.
No, it's not.
It's coming out in April next year. There's going to be at least 2 or 3 more trailers, and it's going to get annihilated. I think mostly for one main reason: everybody's sick and tired of Jack Black.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have a star no more. At one point, he was probably one of the biggest comedy actors in the world. At one point, for a very short period of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, now no one really knows who he like. No one talks about him. He hasn't been getting any big roles and stuff, so they toss
Only
him in
controversy.
there.
He's just
Yeah,
controversy.
it
That's all he is.
just it's not going to bring anyone in. The most biggest actor in there that could draw people was Momoa, and like you said, they took away the one thing that is his selling point is women want to see Momoa for his and they took that away by making him into a big twink.
Yeah.
I got to point this out to Hollywood if you're out there listening. As it turns out, gay dudes like manly men too. Like the way Momoa would have drawn the gays in just fine.
Yeah, we should have asked Dermy. Dermy, does this attract you to the movie you watch?
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, there's a great equation with Momoa. Have him be fit and kicking ass. That's the equation for Jason Momoa, and we like it like that. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I get
this impression. This is the kind of movie that's clearly a cash grab because they're basing it on something that doesn't really have a plot, right? Like it's like when they made. Did you guys see Battleship?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I actually thought it was a decent movie.
Yeah, it was okay considering it was based on a fucking board game that has no story whatsoever.
Aliens, blonde chick married to the tennis player with really giant cans. We like was it one of the God, something it's that point in night I'm forgetting names. Shit. God. What the fuck is his name? In it. Well, we know that Taylor Kitsch was in it, right?
Yeah, Taylor Kitsch was the main character.
Yeah, we like Taylor Kitsch. I have no problem with Taylor Kitsch, but Skarsgård, the eldest Skarsgård brother, was in it.
Yeah.
I always like him. I mean, the cast wasn't actually that bad. I actually had a good cast.
No, it's good, decent.
You had the hot chick, and you had Skarsgård, and you had Taylor Kitsch, guys who have played manly men.
Honestly, yeah, I look at it this way. I don't think that overall it's a good movie, but I think that it has a series of really great moments in it, like the bit where the veteran in rehab like just hauls off and beats the shit out of that alien because he's a patriot and shit, and he's like he doesn't realize that he's doing exactly what he's been rehabbing himself to do, even though he didn't really believe in himself while he was on the treadmill. Here, he just kind of like he had a great little character moment that worked really, really well. But overall, it's kind of like if Independence Day had all the cohesion of Mars Attacks.
Yeah, I hate Mars Attacks. I hate that movie so much. I despise that movie. But I mean, Battleship.
And that one's supposed to be stupid.
Yeah, but Battleship at least gives you the payoff where they actually fight with the battleship to fight the aliens, and it's a nice little payoff. It's completely
with the pegs
out
even.
there.
The pegs are in the movie. The pegs are in the movie.
Yeah. So it works, but it's not great by any means. But I watched it once, maybe twice, because it was on TV. I never paid any money for that shit. But I got some mild entertainment out of it, unlike Mars Attacks, which I remember when that came out, and I didn't go see it in theaters, and it was finally available for rent, and I bought it, and it was all this hype. Oh, all these top notch stars are in it, Jack Nicholson and all these people, and I got it, and it was a fucking abomination.
Look,
I mean, they put Pierce Brosnan's head on a dog and had him try to make out with Sarah Jessica Parker's head on a dog, and with her, you don't see the difference.
No, the dog isn't her head on a dog, and his head is in like this little holding thing that swings
Yes.
back and forth.
And the
Yeah,
dog's
and-
head is on Sarah Jessica Parker's body.
Okay,
which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, she
look,
ruined
look,
Matthew
look,
Broderick.
look,
She
Adam, you're
ruined
looking
Matthew
at it
Broderick.
all wrong. You are looking at this movie all wrong. It's supposed to be garbage. That's why it's fun. It's based on a series of bullshit trading cards, man. There's no story there.
I was what 9 or 10, and I was just, what is this? This is terrible.
Don't run. We are your friends. Do not run. We come in peace. I love that.
I like that yodeling kills them. That's was the best part about it.
I forgot about that. Their heads start exploding in their little vial helmets, their little tube helmets. I hate that movie. I saw it as a little kid. It wasn't meant to be seen as a little kid. Not that it's an offensive movie. It's just if Samuel describes it that way, what it's meant to be, it goes right over a kid's head. Because I thought
it wasn't really for kids in the first place, but it's. And also, if we're being honest, I'm pretty sure that was the movie that killed Lucas Haas's career.
I don't even remember who that is.
Like I said, plays a skinny guy who works at the donut shop. His grandma's the one who listens to the music that kills all the aliens.
Can't even remember what he looks like.
He played in Lady in White. He
imagine DJ Qualls, but even less cool.
Yeah,
wow.
he's very
wow.
he's very
Wow. At least DJ Qualls had a career, you know.
Yeah.
and he got to make out with Elijah Dushku, a new guy. So hey, good job.
Yeah. Lucky man.
All right, what's this guy named Lucas Hall?
Haas, Haas.
Okay, here we go. Haas.
Dutch,
Okay,
I think.
I got. Oh, I know. I remember this guy.
Yeah.
When he was a kid actor, and that. Oh wow. Yeah, he vanished. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yep.
Is. Oh. Okay, I don't know how.
I think he actually did something recently, but yeah,
I don't know how recent this is.
Shit.
But here's a picture I just found on Image. I don't know when this is from, but oh dude.
Holy crap.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I'd be willing to bet if you shaved him, he'd still look the same as he did back in the day.
I guess maybe the facial hair is kind of keeping the skin young under there. Maybe. I don't know, but wow.
You got to keep in mind his star was rising at around the same time that like River Phoenix was still alive.
Ooh, yeah, but River Phoenix was actually a good actor. He was a good actor. Damn.
Well, yeah. You know, or Brad Renfro or any of those guys, yeah.
That crop of young talent back then. Holy shit. All right, you know what? I'm going to see how recent this. Let me put up
Jonathan
2024. Well, I guess that's what he looks like. He doesn't look like that anymore, but I guess it's what he looks like when he shaved. Here, okay, here's one with here's a side by side after he shaved. Apparently, we get it up here. Here we go. You're kind of right. He does still kind of mostly look the same. But yeah.
Oh yeah, he looks like Ethan Hawke if the meth got to him.
I got to be careful when I take a drink. Anyway, yeah. So if that killed his career, I have no sympathy because I hate that movie. I hate that movie. Okay. Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws. We all know it's garbage. It is horrible. It is stupid. it is one of the it literally might end up being one of the things that kills Ubisoft as an independent company. Okay. Along with stop playing. God damn it. Along with Shadows coming out in November. Already last week, Ubisoft stock tanked because the game was reportedly underselling. Okay. So this whole thing is a Star Wars game. Like we talked about last week, a Star Wars game should be just shelves should be empty for physical copies, and digital sales should be massive because people want good Star Wars games. This is not a good Star Wars game. Now we are going to now watch Mauler. It's his final part of his playthrough he was doing. I caught it the other night because I had nothing else to watch, and I was interested to see if it was playing. And I know Mauler's a decent gamer, so he's not going to be shit at it. But I know he's going to be mocking it, and I'd seen a little bit of him playing it on let's see Friday. And I saw a little bit of gameplay, but not a lot. But watching some of the things in this gameplay, we're now going to attempt to EFAP it. And of course, then everybody knows Mauler. So full credit to Mauler for providing us with this playthrough to show people, as I will hopefully not have to show people how bad Veilguard is. Maybe it'll be decent. I don't know, but it's kind of what I'm going to be doing. But this is what Mauler does. So here is final part of Outlaws. Now, to catch you up, I understand what is going on in the story here. This is, Kay Vess. She has her crew. They have infiltrated a Star Destroyer to save. What?
Now, to be clear, KVS is the Dime Store Freddie Mercury lookalike knockoff, right?
Ma'am Solo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to get some glorious shots of her face in this.
Ugh.
How ugly it is.
There is no glorious shot of her face.
But you know what I'm saying? So she's now.
I'll take stuff that never existed.
Infiltrated a Star Destroyer to save the droid who is being controlled by the brother of the previous main villain, who's now been killed by the brother thanks to Darth Vader making a deal with Vader. And now she's trying to remove his restraining bolt. And the whole mechanic here, this is the final battle. This is the final in part one of the final battle before you go to space for a final battle. And she's going to try and shock him. Now, Mauler has just been making fun of it. So we're picking up right as they're about to free him from the restraining bolt with the stupid mechanic. Let me get to a good point here where it's almost done because we don't want to actually watch the whole thing. Okay, let's watch him free it. They're trying to short circuit him and basically stun him so she can shoot this magic glow stick that someone gave her to shock it. So here we go.
Okay, Andy. Here.
Oh, and after Mark, Umberly Gonzalez, who plays KVS, who is the physical inspiration, who we've been defending as why did they do her so dirty with this? She opened her mouth recently to say that video games are misogynistic and there's too many male roles and not enough female roles. And she was so happy to play Latina in Star Wars. All right. So she has gotten rid of all credibility now. We don't have to defend her anymore for getting beat with the ugly stick. So here we go. And I have to say now, having heard this, and I think you'll agree with me, she's a horrible voice actress. I mean, I used the example on Sunday. Jennifer Hale may be insane with TDS, but she's a fantastic voice actress. She's great. This lady ain't. She sounds the same in everything she's doing. So here we go. Let us enjoy the long man playing. We've got this the last. I don't know if we'll go the full 50 minutes because once just past the end of the game, really. So we've got about 30 odd minutes of this so you can see this stuff, and then some really bad cutscenes. But here we go.
Brian,
Oh, also, as usual, stop me anytime you want.
you win. I won't anymore. But I know this isn't you, it's Jalen.
I told you.
So
Gotcha, bitch.
So this entire thing, this segment, she's just running from him. That's the gameplay. You're just running and activating levers and shit like that while not getting hit. Because if he catches up to you, it's a one-kid hill. Because she gave away her pistol before this, so she could dress up as a stormtrooper. And mind you, she's a stormtrooper. She may be a female stormtrooper. Don't worry, there are female stormtroopers and female Imperial officers all over this place, everywhere. So,
I don't care about it. Like the armor wouldn't let you know that,
but when she speaks, it's
unless
a
you
woman's
run
voice.
around with your fucking helmet off. Yeah.
But they all talk and sound like women. Is the thing. There's no female stormtroopers. There's none. And there's female Imperial officers all over this. All right, so here we go.
Credits.
Look how ugly she is.
I'm sorry, Kay.
Me too.
Why don't you just stun him?
Yeah.
Andy?
Yeah. God, she's ugly.
But she's
Look
got
at
that
that
whole
face.
stormtrooper utility belt kit, right? I'm sure they got a couple of fucking ion grenades on there.
I don't know. They didn't give her any sort of arsenal when she's in stormtrooper mode for this final level. Nothing.
Kay,
What the fuck?
I didn't think you had it in you.
Yeah, that's the new bad guy and who didn't betray. Mauler makes a lot of fun of betrayal. Now, what we're really waiting for is to get to the gameplay. So this is just some stupid shit. Let's get to the gameplay here, right? They get away from this guy. I guess they kill him, and now Mauler's trying to get to their ship to escape, and everything kind of goes wrong when he's doing this. So let me go right here.
3v1 with me being the one. So, as a result of this change of stakes, I shall remove my own shield. Like, what?
Yeah, apparently the villain, he gives up his human shield to get shot, I guess. It's terrible writing, terrible story.
I can't breathe in this thing.
Yeah, it's
gonna
crushing what
thank you,
titties
Kay.
I don't have.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to apologize.
Okay.
I did what I had to do.
I never asked, Asara.
Look, the Codex can save a lot of lives.
Oh, the Codex is what they picked up that has all this data gathered by the Imperial Security Bureau, some made up bullshit in Disney Star Wars, where it's got all this rebel information, and now they don't know what to do with it. It was supposed to give them a lot of money, but they're going to just give it away for free and shit like that. So that's what they're talking about.
You took on the most powerful force in the galaxy to save a friend.
Shut up.
I'm just trying to save mine.
Yeah, they're orbiting a rebel planet, and a single Star Destroyer is now going to wipe it out.
This is like late stage CW dialogue.
Isn't it terrible?
I hate it already.
Yeah, it gets with that. Now just watch this gameplay; it's insane. So they're going to try and get there. And you would think that her NPC companions are going to help her.
That's the button. Push it.
Oh my god, let's go right now. Oh my god.
Nyx is one of the dumbest game mechanics ever. It's really stupid. Sending it to do shit and move it's terrible.
Okay, you're alive.
I've got Asara and ND5 here, and we could really use that turbo lift.
Got it. There's one site ahead. I'm calling it for you.
This is Ubisoft, guys. Used to make great games.
This looks like shit. It just doesn't look that appealing as far as gameplay.
Ready to kill.
It isn't. All right, here we go.
And there's the stormtroopers.
Woo!
It's the target-rich environment.
This is the battle in the game.
Oh my god! Don't you love how in this case stormtroopers actually hit stuff that they shoot at?
That explosion looked like 3 console generations earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah. All right. Let's skip ahead to when he tries to get on the ship, because you just need to get to the ship, and it's hysterical what happens here. We get to it. Here we go.
Back to vial. What, you just inject that shit now?
Well, it's
I don't think that's how Bacta works.
No, it is. Bacta, you need to soak in Bacta. There are Bacta patches you can put over wounds, but you don't inject it.
No, that's like injecting fucking formaldehyde.
Yeah. You don't actually put it in you. All right, here we go. So trying to get on the ship, and the game bugs out for him here.
There we go.
Oh, look at this list. Stormtroopers holding personal shields.
The left is here.
Sorry, we need to go.
I mean, you'll see him more in a minute. But there's no such thing as a personal shield like that in Star Wars. I mean, destroyer droids in the Phantom Menace could surround themselves, but they're droids and have shield generators built in. There is no such thing as a stormtrooper holding a shield of energy in front of them while they shoot.
Maybe they culturally appropriated that shit from the Gungans.
Maybe. And this music, it's so bad. It's the same thing over and over again.
How come his brother was born with evil villain voice? I don't know. Try whistling. That's a good trick. Wait, where did my friends go?
Oh yeah, there was a mechanic when the droid was chasing her. Try whistling; it might help. I don't know. He never used it, so I don't know.
It was weird because I swear that sounded like rags.
Yeah. Can we please just get out of here?
All right, they got to get to the ship.
Don't let up.
Oh.
Did she just Superman punch a fucking armored head?
Yes, she did.
I've seen so many clips of this, like her slapping people unconscious and shit. It looks so retarded.
Superman, you are actually Superman punched him.
You're not gonna run up.
You can. The game just wants to end. It doesn't know anymore. It's just wandering around. The game has amnesia and Alzheimer's. It's just like
Yeah, it's like, please let me die.
We gotta go.
Here they come with their shields.
There's too many of them. We gotta get back to the Trailblazer.
I was kidding, but that does look like Gungan tech.
Okay, Hank. Anytime now.
All right. And now watch this. He does this a couple of times now because the game breaks. There's nobody there. This is the mechanic. It's one of the skills.
No, I don't want to go on. Let me go on. Oh,
nope. It won't close. It won't close.
Oh my god. So it's got like a Red Dead kind of thing, the quick shot.
Yeah. Slow time, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Bullet time or whatever.
Look at it. It just walked right through the door. It was closed. It walked right through it like it wasn't there.
AAA games, people. AAA games.
Yeah. Now you notice her companions
What the
have.
fuck, Gabe? What are you doing?
He just walked right through it again. I mean, it's just this thing is so broken.
It is so bad.
It is so broken. When he turns around, he's going to go look at the companions. Notice the companions they're not helping at all.
Yeah, no.
You know why? Because they're just standing there doing nothing.
Because their AI is stupid.
Yeah. You would think your companions would help you. How do you like the trooper? He's just standing there shooting at that barrel because it locked onto her and she's behind it. It doesn't try to move around. It just stands there and keeps shooting.
So all the AI is stupid.
Yes. Massively stupid. Oops. There we go.
Again, like if you were a stormtrooper and some little waif of a thing in Han Solo's clearly stolen, Hoth jacket, ran up to you and bitch slapped your helmet around your head, would you just lie there and take it?
No, but Samuel, he's knocked out. Don't you get it? He's got powerful, tiny fists.
I mean, I get it. It moved the helmet all the way around his head. He can't see shit. I mean, it's hard enough to see in those things as it is, but
I know.
I would get this game more if it was like you had to do sneak tactics and stuff like that. But really, this little girl with a pistol is taking on an entire fucking platoon of stormtroopers. It just looks. It's such.
The stealth missions are broken too. They're broken. They don't work.
So
in the game.
stupid.
And look, here are her companions. They're just standing there. They're just standing there
this is
doing nothing.
PS2 Battlefront gameplay, except it's janky as fuck, and you're only one person.
Wait until you get to the space thing. Wait till you see what Mueller does in the final space battle.
Don't help me, guys. It's fine. You even allowed to come and kill me?
I'm just gonna hide behind here. Fine. I love this. All right, let me see if I can.
What are you doing?
All right, he's gonna run around because he can't get on the ship. All right. Let's go to this next part here. Hang on. There's like one guy left, and watch what he does here. All right, he changes.
What if I just do this?
Just new tactical situation.
What if I just go do whatever the fuck I want?
It's the games. Wait.
Look, guys, it's right here. I'm skitting the line, boys.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
They make that section out of bounds?
It makes no sense, does it?
What are you thinking? What's the point?
He's absolutely right. What is the point? It's not like it leads anywhere. It's not like you're gonna leave the actual battle zone. Why do you have a cutoff point for your arena zone right there? Makes no sense. It's just so these people who made this game had no idea how to design a game. I don't get it. All right, now he's gonna run around and show you. Go what?
You did say Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Well, they could have like literally had it where the hangar doors there and there's a force field like the keeping the oxygen in or whatever. That's the reason you can't go any further. But yeah, it's kind of like an arbitrary non-wall.
Yeah.
That if you just go past this point, all of a sudden you can't go any further.
All right, now just to prove the point of how broken it is, because also I don't think it would trigger getting on the ship. He's gonna run around the entire Star Destroyer until he dies. So now they're going to try and get back on the ship again, and watch this mechanic he goes to for survival this time.
Okay, ND5, I can't believe you put this off.
Yeah. Can we please just get out of here?
And now instead of fighting everything, he's just going to run. He's just going to try and run.
They're not going to run out of stormtroopers. We got to go. There's too many of them.
There's too many of them, and they will never actually follow you. This is great. You're gonna love
kind of
this.
amazing. He still has legs below the knees.
Come on. Watch out, Nix.
All right, so there's cover there. That's fine. Here come the companions.
We're pinned, Nix.
I mean, if you can shoot through the door, you can shoot through your friend, and it'll be fine.
Well, look what he does here.
Program them to do anything.
He uses his companions for cover. How broken is this? He's literally
the trap behind the door. Nix, go.
People paid money for this.
People paid upwards of $130 for this. There are people who paid over $100, $110 or $130 for this. And look at this. They're shooting through the door. They're walking through the door. He's using the companions who are immortal objects for cover. He's slowly losing his mind. Okay, so he does that again for shits and giggles, and they finally get on the ship. Now, this is funny as hell when they finally get on the ship.
We've almost got it. Oh no! Guys, I have to go without you. It's too late. I'm sorry. I gotta go without you.
And
Please
that's all they
stop
have to do.
shooting me in the buttocks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now once again, so ugly. So there was no exaggeration. Now we're gonna watch this whole cutscene because Mahler's reaction to the outcome of it is just glorious. But at the same time, you have to watch the gameplay he chooses to, let's just say, utilize to survive in what's supposed to be a hectic space battle. Okay. Also, this ship, it looks like shit. We said it before it came out. That is one of the most unappealing, uncreative ships I've ever seen.
Andy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hyperdrive.
Pivo base, do you read?
Thais. Golbas Huha.
Pivo
Yeah.
base, respond. Daniel, you need to evacuate.
Got to jangle them alien keys, right?
Yeah.
Hyperdrive's online. Ready to jump.
Sarah, you're breaking up. Say it again. The Empire
Now-
knows where you are. Can you hear?
Now, this game was billed as another Choices Matters game, where the decisions you make alter the world around you.
Wait, is
In
this
this moment-
a dude or not?
No, it's a base. It's a base. It's a Sara. No, this is a dude. Yeah, this is a dude. This is a male Twi'lek. Yeah, that's a male.
Well,
Twi'lek.
he's wearing his Leku wrong for one.
No, male
thought it
Twi'leks
was a
don't have to wrap it
girl.
around. They don't have to. Male Twi'leks don't have to wrap it around their necks. They don't have to.
When
I don't
I
know.
saw him in the actual ship when he was hiding behind him and shit, I thought it was a fucking girl.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
me too.
It's a guy because he's got. It's a dude. It's a black dude, but it's a dude.
It's transgender Twi'leks.
So right here now, here's the thing. Choice is supposed to matter in this game. They build it as that. And here's the choice. You can either abandon the rebellion planet, the Rebel Alliance planet. You should be able to choose abandon and escape because you're a smuggler, or help them. The game makes you help them.
Diverting power to deflectors.
Deflectors. Are you serious?
Asara, keep trying.
Ugh. Not a space mission. No. Anything
A
but.
distress beacon.
Calling in some favors.
Oh God.
Okay.
I hope.
It's gonna.
Look at her nose, dude. Oh my God. I can't get past that every time I see it. Now, this game was built upon making relationships with the different criminal organizations in the galaxy. Like they have 5 different ones. You got the Pike Syndicate, made up Dave Filoni bullshit. You've got the Crimson whatever bullshit from Solo and more DC Source bullshit. You got the Hutt Cartel, which is basically Jabba the Hutt in this instance. And I think there was one more, but it doesn't matter.
Please tell me
Doesn't
they used
matter.
Black Sun.
No. Why would they use Black Sun? Why would they use Prince Shizor and his crew? Of course, Shizor's. Why would they even touch the actual shadows of the Empire that is going on right now with Prince Shizor? Why? Why would they do that?
Yeah.
I don't do that. So at this point, I didn't watch Morrow's whole playthrough, so I don't know what his standings are with all the different ones. And here they are. As soon as I saw this, we're calling on a distress signal. It owes me favors. I realized, okay, this is a setup to call out for whoever you've made your best friends with out there. And you're going to love Mahler's reaction to who shows up. But I don't think Mahler, while playing this, realized that it could be anybody. It's not just who shows up for him. It's based upon, I think, who you have the most connection with, who you made the most money for, who you had the best relationship with. So I think it could be anybody. There are several instances which show you could be anybody. But when somebody shows up, Mahler loses his shit.
Gonna be the rebels. No. Press some more buttons, quick.
What is this?
What's going on?
Yeah, they just keep going back and forth, and pulling levers and
You know what it
pushing
is?
buttons.
That's this game's lame attempt to not keep you in a load screen. This whole game is all about, oh, look, this stuff's happening to hide the loading screen. So they just had them pushing buttons. Pushing buttons.
I'm reading 3 battle squadrons of TIE fighters.
Okay. I'm gonna see what this old ship's really made of.
Did he say TIE freighters or TIE fighters?
TIE fighters.
Do you read? We have a Star Destroyer moving into bombardment position. Dang, can you hear me? Nothing's getting through.
Enemies on our tail.
I know.
Now he just stops
Hold
moving.
on for reinforcements. Okay, can I go hide?
Why isn't this working?
He cannot go hide.
Try to boost the signal.
Watch what he does here.
From the deflectors. Dang it. Cable base.
All right, so turbo lasers. What do you do?
Oh my God, ram him. Obviously.
Just stand there. Look, Mauler is literally just standing there. Nothing's attacking him. Look at this. This is a current generation space battle simulation.
Is he stuck or is he doing this on purpose?
He's purposefully just. I assume this is a strategy he's been using in other space battles. He has just parked himself behind the targets where they cannot maneuver to hit him. And the game does nothing to stop him.
Yeah, this is retarded. I'm not playing this. I don't think anybody should play this. This is terrible.
I don't see any reason I would.
Listen, Mueller made money playing this. Okay, I go for it. I wasn't gonna play it. People ask me, Adam, you gonna play this? Like, hell no. I don't make enough money in super chats to play this shit. So it's bad enough. I mean, if I'm gonna play something, it's something I'm invested in. I'm invested in hoping that Vale Guard is not a complete disaster. This, I'm not invested in Disney Star Wars. Not at all. So he's going to do this.
To the right.
I know.
And I love the dialogue keeps going. Like they're in the thick of it with a dogfight. And he's just sitting there. Nothing's happening. He's slowly shooting this shit.
I know some maneuvers.
So he's going to do it twice.
Man, that was close.
And then here come the rebels.
Taking a lot of damage.
He lost. Now they need.
I've lost control. Why have I lost control?
We're locked in a tractor beam.
No, really? Wow.
Sorry, knowledge.
Daniel, did you get out?
You can say that.
Oh, the rebels! Guys, the rebels are here.
Not bad.
But not enough.
What now?
Press more buttons.
Isn't this dialogue riveting?
Oh, so good.
Dude,
Aren't there?
Honestly, I'm watching this, and all I'm feeling is that Mahler's bored as fuck, and it's making me bored as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the acting is terrible. The voice acting is horrible. This is not good.
There's nothing engaging about this.
Nothing.
The rebels.
You missed me.
So remember when he said when she said, "I'm calling for reinforcements. I'm calling in some favors." So Jabba shows up with ships.
You know, there's a whole species of Hutts, and most of them are mobbed up with the cartel. It has to be Jabba every goddamn time.
In Disney Star Wars, yes. Disney Star Wars, yes. So, well, that's who she interacted with as a member of the Hutt cartel. So Jabba and sent some ship in. Now, it could have been everybody. It could have been Crimson Sun in this game. Could have been the Pikes. Could have been whoever else was out there. But in this case, it shows up, and now Mauler just has some fun with it. But of course, they're making like Jabba some sort of great guy now. Mauler is just—he's gone. He's gone.
Right. If you say so.
Because he just said, "You're too important to me. I can't lose you. You're too good for me. I need you in my service."
Jabba and his little fucking fat guy ship running around. I am here, Kay. I could never lose you, Kay. You.
Mahler's less bored now.
You'll never guess who did.
This shit.
Fucking Jabba. I'm picturing like Jabba's palace, but a spaceship. He's flying around. He's got like a Rancor and an X-wing. Like, I'm gonna see the game.
See, this is a man who has reached the end of tolerating this horrible, horrible game. And this one moment was literally the last straw of believability gone. I mean, it's just there is no reason Jabba the Hutt should be interested in this fanfic character because she did a couple jobs for him. Unbelievable.
As if Jabba the Hutt would give a fuck about you. What?
So, some very generic ships show up as the Hutt forces.
Yeah, like in what world would a mobster start fucking beef with the Empire for a character? Like I said, it'd be one thing if she was like she's the only one who can get something he desperately needs, and they've established that you know. But yeah, so far they established in no way that she is that important, but he's gonna start beef with the Galactic Empire for her.
Yeah.
You're right. He wouldn't do that at all. He wouldn't show his hand to either side because he's fucking selling shit to both sides.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to open war with frickin' the Galactic Empire for you. For why?
Now they're going to have a whole sequence where you're out there helping the Hutts and the rebels destroy the Star Destroyer. They literally destroy it because they decide to go after the shield generators, and it's a whole thing. And during it, the rebels start jawing with Jabba's men, saying, "You've got one of ours," talking about Han and Carbonite, because it's just in case like, guys, don't fight right now. We need to focus on our common enemy. It's retarded. So that's it. You get, and there's some bad cutscenes. We don't need to watch them, but there's like a bad sort of good mom story wrapped up in this bullshit here. And I mean, look, here's Kay pretending to be an Imperial officer to go to her mom, who's been captured. I mean, look at
10
this.
crews in 9 years.
It's just in actual real Star Wars. Never once did you until you get to Admiral Dala. There are no female Imperial officers. There aren't. She was unique because Tarkin groomed her to be his heir to his vision. But now in this game, every time it's always a female Imperial officer. Every time. So that's it. That's the highlights of this end thing. There was a lot more in all of this, but that was the best stuff. It kind of all culminates in the end there. And I just had to share that with you guys, that we were right. This game was complete and total garbage. It had...
that's not good.
It had no single aspect of good gameplay. I've watched enough of it now. Had no good gameplay. The story is a joke. A complete and total joke. It's pushing more Disney Star Wars than actual Star Wars with all the shit they have in there. And the voice acting is terrible. And Samuel, you saw it for yourself. You said earlier, the writing is terrible. Dog shit. And Devil, you said this game looks like shit as we're watching all that stuff. So, I mean, this is...
Honestly, the writing was on a level that I think even Greg Berlanti would have rejected it.
Ooh, that's bad. That's how bad you think it is, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because fuck Berlanti, and everything he's done. So I mean, this is.
I know I said that thing earlier about end stage CW dialogue, but I think it's actually worse than that.
It is, and the layouts. Mueller has a running gag in this. When's the next betrayal coming? Oh, here it is. Here's the next betrayal. Oh, that's who the betrayal is. This game is apparently massively predictable in its story. And the characters are, you saw these characters are all unappealing. There's nothing exciting about them. And KVS is just repulsive in both attitude and appearance. So this game will now probably destroy Ubisoft or help to. It's going to be it's that and Shadows in November. It's going to likely just result as many have said, many have you guys have convinced me, others convinced me, it's going to be absorbed by another company because it's going to lose its value completely. Because it's not, this game's not going to sell, it's not moving units.
No.
And if the rumors are true, Shadows already isn't moving units in pre-sales. Oh. like you said, Devil, AAA gaming.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad that's just the world we live in. It used to be when a game came out, it was complete. Then they started saying, well, we're going to add more content. Well, and what came with that was no game is complete. They put them out and they're always about 70% done. But don't worry, we'll get you the other 30% eventually. And for it to be so bad where literally you have stormtroopers freaking ghosting through walls like that, like not one squeezing through like right before the door closes, and so it's kind of this odd. No, the door's completely closed and they're literally just falling right through it. That is freaking glitchy as shit. You can't tell me that with how much money they put into this, that they didn't have freaking testers saying, yeah, we found a problem. People are glitching through walls. All the NPCs are just glitching through walls. Or, oh, your companions are literally just sitting there. They're not taking cover and like laying down suppressive fire for you, which would be an obvious thing we could put in there. Even if that suppressive fire didn't really hit, just for the like look of it, you think they would have made them take cover and shoot back. So it kind of feels like they're trying to help you. No, we're just gonna have them stand there, just not moving. It's so lame.
We've all played Assassin's Creed games. Samuel, only up to a point, but even up to your point, there are moments in those games where you had allies fighting for you and with you and doing shit. Ubisoft has the technology for programming to have AIs work with you in battle.
Yeah.
Well, particularly in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which is the second part of the Ezio arc, right? The entire game built that they built that technology for that game, and it was really good then.
Setting up your teams, summoning them.
Yeah. Like I said, even if that's not the case, even if they just are sitting there and shooting for, like I said, at least it would have a look. At least it would fit better with the story. Like I said, you're kind of missing a simple mechanic to it that would make it more believable. But like I said, when you run through the whole ship and then they're just standing there, it looks so lame. And like I said, these are simple things that anybody who's doing a tester, any of their testers would have said, yeah, I see a problem here, and it could have been addressed. So where did they spend all this money building this game and somehow miss major things like that are so stupidly crap is amazing.
Yeah, I don't have any answer to that. I really don't know what goes through your mind to put your Ubisoft. Your reputation is already shit right now for the past couple of Assassin's Creed games and other shit. Nobody trusts you. There is the running meme of AAA games are in the crapper because they're producing. This is a Star Wars game. You've spent the most ever to market this game. This is the most expensive marketing they've ever done for any game. You spent a lot of money to make this game. How do you not realize this has to be a win out of the gate and do everything possible to fix it? These bugs didn't appear right before release. These bugs have been there for a year or more, likely.
Yeah.
And they just go, whoop, whatever.
You're right. You're right, Andy Pickle, that they're low level and they're underpaid. Absolutely. But this isn't like them having to run down a side corridor and then double back and then they find a glitch that's like, oh, look, if you go this way and you turn here and you fall through a wall, that's something we can fix. This is literally right there in the game as you're playing, right in your face. There is no way that multiple testers couldn't have seen this and go, like I said, it's not something you have to work to find the glitch. This is right there in front of them. And so to sit there and say that they didn't say this was an issue and that the developers didn't say, yeah, maybe that's something we could fix real quick. You know, it wouldn't take too long and it would make the game a whole lot better, is complete and utter bullshit. And you can't tell me that that kind of a glitch only happened this one time. Muller just got lucky and he's the one who got the walk right through wall glitches. Bullshit, man. This is an issue that they just said, oh, fuck it, we don't care. That's what it is.
Or you're looking at the space battle where the dialogue is locked into, you're in a dogfight, things are targeting, you're locked, your shield's going down, and he's literally parked behind a turbo laser battery, shooting it at an angle where it can't turn and hit him.
Yeah.
They haven't even designed a game to react to what's actually going on with your, in this case, vehicle.
There is better like space battles in games from like freaking 15 years ago that you battled in space type situations, and that is better than what I saw right there. 15 years. 2 generations ago in some cases of systems, better space battles, ship to ship than what I saw there. And that's crap.
Super Nintendo did it better with Super Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And Super Star Wars, when you're both Death Star battles, when you're in either in Luke in the X-Wing or you're Lando in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
They did it better then. So it's this. Listen, I never wanted this game. I will say completely truthfully, I never wanted this game to be good because it's just another Disney Star Wars piece of shit. And when these things fail, it just makes the fire, the out of control fire that is Disney Star Wars, burn faster and burn brighter. And I want it to burn. I'm glad. I am very glad that you, me, everybody, we were all right about this game with our predictions. We called this over a year ago. I think we were all here that night when we got the first footage of this game and we broke it down. Every single thing we said back then has come true. All of it. All of it. Except maybe, well, no, I think we even criticized the dialogue and we criticized the writing back then too. We didn't criticize the voice acting because there wasn't enough of it to really compare through the whole game, but that I've seen enough of now to say Umberly Gonzalez is a terrible voice actress, and we are likely never to see her again in anything because she was garbage. And this game will lose money, lots and lots of money for Ubisoft, not only because it doesn't sell, but because it's taking the stock. But this entire thing played out exactly as we predicted. And it wasn't hard to see it was going to be that, because we know what Ubisoft is all about now. We know what Disney Star Wars is all about now. And boom, there it is. Hey, Static.
What's up, Static? They literally, we talked about this when we saw the first trailer, how it was such a missed opportunity, because if they went with Han Solo as the outlaw, have it right before New Hope begins, they could have made it into something, and it probably would have sold, like I said. But I remember talking about it with you and how it was just so lame that you're playing as this girl who no one cares about. She's not in any way appealing as far as a character. I remember talking about how the robot has a jacket on and how lame that is, because you put clothes on because, one, to keep cold off you, but two, so you're not naked. A robot doesn't really have either of those issues, right? What's the point of the jacket? And then everyone started thirsting for him, which was really creepy. But I remember just watching that trailer and how lame it was. And this is even lamer, which is really sad, because at least in the trailer we watched, it was smooth and it looked like, you know, when she dunked behind stuff, it made sense and all that stuff. This doesn't even look like that. That's not
No.
what this looks like. It doesn't look like you're trying to like sneak around. It looks like a like Battlefront, you know, you're just trying to shoot your way through.
Yeah. And you mentioned Han Solo. You want to see what they think of Han Solo and the disrespect they showed to George. I mean, yes, George started it, but we all yelled at George for this, and it's still disrespect to his own character. Blaster shot marks from Han Solo and Greedo's duel can be seen in the Mos Eisley Cantina in Star Wars Outlaws. As I replied to this, there is no blaster shot because Han shot first.
That doesn't even look like it, because remember, the table was over his legs. He had his gun underneath it. Look at where the chair is and the table is.
That's supposed to be where Greedo shoots at him in George's fix to have Greedo shoot first.
Yeah,
That's what that is, yeah.
but it doesn't look like the table in the that was in the movie. It looks like a smaller table. Like,
I mean, it's been 2 years, so there might be a different table. I just can't believe that they would. I mean, yes, George did it, and he was wrong to do it.
Yeah,
There should be no blaster shot there.
there shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be, because Han shot first. Greedo never even got a shot off. So, this is the level of respect they have for it. Also, you can see whoever took the screenshot. She's in the Han Solo skin, where she's wearing the Han Solo outfit.
So you can put a Han Solo outfit on, but instead of them just making him Han Solo.
Yeah, exactly.
And giving you the ability to play as Han and like freaking with Chewbacca.
Yeah.
On your team instead of a robot in a freaking trench coat. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, and throughout this end of the part of the end game, she keeps going, I just want my crew. I just want my crew. Guess what happens at the very end of the game? She lets them all go except for the robot.
Oh, Jesus.
They all go their separate ways.
Static, don't even bring... We talked about that evil. Don't you dare freaking come in here and bring it back.
Yeah, I only heard part of that conversation. But yeah, I don't need no Nancy Pelosi Aeon bolt-ons that Static's been putting around lately. I don't need that.
Shame. Is this how it's going to be tomorrow night? Are you going to try... I'm going to get drunk and then you're going to freaking torture me with Nancy Pelosi AI?
You know what? This sounds like a you problem.
It is.
Sounds like a you problem.
I'm going to drink even more. I'm going to black out. You seen they're just chugging the bottle like, I don't want to see it.
God, you got to drink it all.
It's just pouring down the front of me.
Just make it stop.
No more Nancy Pelosi boobs.
I mean, it's like her boobs are the only thing that's tight on her. The rest of it's all saggy and wrinkled.
God, so gross.
I know. Listen,
no,
I have no
not Kamala in a cow bikini. No.
Oh God, no. Oh God. I mean, listen, I got no problem with the fake titties, but listen, I don't want to see him on some saggy old lady. No, especially if she's demented like Nancy Pelosi is.
Oh.
Well, she has the bolt-ons, so that's the only firm thing on her body, the bolt-ons. That's it. The rest of it's just a mess.
Who gets asked, hey, do you want to see a freaking 99-year-old wino in a bikini and Shock and Static and Sam's part of this too? Go, yeah, let's start making art.
The skin is loose now. Not good.
So gross.
Oh man. There's something wrong with all of us that this is even a topic of conversation. You know what? Let's blame Dermy. It's Dermy's fault. We can blame Sure.
Let's blame Dermy. Dermy's why the internet can't have nice things.
Exactly. You can't have nice things because Dermy's a degenerate. And if he's not going to show up to defend himself, we're going to just blame it all on him. Yeah, I'm not at fault here. I have nothing to do with this shit. This degeneracy does not come from my mind. All right. What? God damn it, Andy Pickle. Those boobs are 50 years younger. It's not. Listen, there's gonna have to be if you guys are gonna go through that, there has to be some sort of drinking game involved with it to get you through it tomorrow.
Oh, we have a drinking game, and
Okay.
But I want to add on there every time they show a Nancy Pelosi picture, I try to pass out.
No, I don't think Dermy did anything today outside of like a video. I only saw like one video, maybe two from him today. He didn't do a stream. He did his new daily stream the other night. And he spelled it wrong on the thumbnail. It was Demi. He
Why doesn't he look these things up?
I think it's still there. Let me look for a second. I think it might still be there because he says he fixed it in the title, but I don't think he fixed the thumbnail. Let's have a look for a second here. Let me take a look. Come on, load, god damn it. No, yeah, he fixed it. He did fix it. Before it was Demi's daily dictation. And here's the thing. He could have spelled dictation dictation to be clever, but he just spelled regular dictation. It's a golden opportunity to lean into one of his memes, and he just didn't do it. Just didn't do it. I like the suggestion I gave him the other night when we were talking about this. I said, have it be what did I say? Shit, I forgot it.
Dermy's dictating.
Oh, I remember that. It was Dermy's daily
debauchery.
No. It was a play on retard. Fuck. I forget what it is. And there's no recording of it because we were in the back room talking about it. It was some form of racial. It was some form of a D word playing off retardation. But still, he should have said dictation, not dictation. It's just a dictation. But yeah, so and who give you one guess who pointed out he spelled it wrong.
Screen hair, kind of feisty.
as purple hair now.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess who pointed it out. I missed it because I was in Dragon Age land, just trying to prepare for today. Took my car in today and get it fixed. Brakes and rotors, nothing out of the ordinary. And even though I give all the credit in the world, my guys, they do the best they can to cut me some slack. It was still a lot more money than I wanted to pay out. So
my old car broke down a couple months ago.
Ooh.
So I'm buying a new car here probably next week.
New used car, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I got to drop 4,000 on that.
Man, when my mom got hit 3 years ago in the car where we were sharing then. It was actually my old car, which we had sold or gotten rid of, but then ended up getting it back again when we needed cars after we got back from China. We had literally a week and a half to lock down a new car. We had saved up money at this point, so we had saved money since over the past few years, and thank God we had because we nailed it. But for the car we have now, my 2005 Chevy Malibu Classic, it still cost $6,000, and the place we bought it threw on a bunch of extra bullshit right on top of the asking price, and drove it up higher than. But there was nothing else at that moment because we had literally hours left on the rental car, on the insurance company provided rental car. Before then, we were without transportation, and my mom needed to be able to get to work the next day. So that was it. Had to get it. And listen, the car's been great. It's been a great little car. No problems really. I mean, routine problems, nothing major. But man, they will screw you over right now everywhere because we had a we only wanted to spend 5,000. We ended up spending almost 7,000 on it. So but we had to do it. But these used car companies, they know you. They've got you buy the short and curlies. They know they got you, and they will just rake you over the coals because they got nowhere else to go.
That's gonna be the major thing I have to buy before I start saving for Vegas and getting all that ready.
Yeah.
But especially because I can't use the van this year, I wanted to try to see if I could borrow the van again because it worked out so well last year in Vegas. Everyone needed a ride. We were able to load everyone into it, but this year I just can't get the van, so I'll have to take my car. So I have to get a new one.
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna have to clown car that shit.
Yeah, people are gonna sit on each other's laps and shit.
And that's the thing. I mean, Static brings it up. I mean, the market is different everywhere you go. I mean, around here where I am, the prices are through the roof because of the dense population where I am, and everybody's trying to get used cars because nobody buys new cars anymore. Nobody does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a funny thing. When I first started working for Rio, making some money and, trying to balance, what I want to get and paying off my loans and other bills and shit like that, I had a dream. It's like, man, one day I want to be successful enough that I could finally be the first one to own my car. Because, all my life, I've always had a used car. 16, 22.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah. So I had a dream. Like it was not a realistic dream. Thinking, man, wouldn't it be cool if I was the first one to own my car? Because when I was a kid, my stepdad would lease cars. So we always had he had a cycle of leasing cars. And of course, then he was always the first one to buy it or lease it. And then he would trade it in and get the next one. So we always had new cars when I was a kid. So I thought one day, won't it be cool if I get a new car first? Now, of course, leasing changed, and that used to be the trick to lease cars and then do that. That, of course, went away in the 2000s. That got destroyed. And here we are now. There is no such thing as getting a new car because instant depreciation. And wow, hey, guess what? The cars are also made like shit too. The new cars are shit. They're not built. They're not built to survive anything.
Yeah, you're right about the depreciation. Literally, the second you drive it off the lot, it goes down in price. Value.
Yeah,
so stupid.
It's like
how it works.
you haven't done anything. All you did was maybe fart on a cushion, and suddenly, oh, yeah, great, it's worth 20% less than it was a minute ago because you let one rip. And so it sucks. It sucks. And the problem is with the used cars, it's a shrinking supply. There's only so many out there, in good quality too.
Oh yeah. No, look, man, I have a dream regarding cars, right? I'm not a big car guy. I don't always need one. It's whatever. But every car I've ever owned, I've never had to make payments on. I've always owned outright. Problem is like you, they've all been used prior, usually by more than one owner. So my dream is to one day own a car that does not, in fact, have the check engine light on.
Well, here's the thing. This car, my current one, the 2005 Classic, Chevy Classic I got, it only had one owner. And when I bought it, it's 2005. I bought it 3 years ago. It only had 70,000 miles on it.
Yeah, I only had one owner, and it was this little lady that only drove it to church.
Basically, we kind of figured out that it must have sat in a garage for years, and it only had one initial problem they had to fix. And we've had a couple repairs done over the years because it is an old car and shit's going to wear out. But it does have one little problem: the anti-lock brake warning light keeps going on, but the system's fine. And for the longest time, according to the manual, when it first happened, I opened it up to look what else going on. It said if you let the car cool down and it goes off, it's a sensor malfunction. So it's essentially a combination of a sensor malfunction. And my guys at my shop did say that there is a slight thing where the sensors and where they are in the brakes, it's not communicating quite in sync. So it thinks there's a problem. So they'd have to do something really weird, really more expensive than I'm willing to do right now to get it to go away. But it's not really broke because they just fixed my brakes and my rotors today which means everything is fine there. And I know the anti-lock brake system isn't that; it keeps it from locking up, but still, it's this retarded light that just goes on constantly now. Well, it's a little less today since they made that repair. It's not going on instantly, but it is still going on. So it's like a pain in the ass. And my hope is that next time around, again, Pascal this time, and I think I don't know about my previous my Escort that I had. I don't know who owned that before us or for me originally, because my stepdad, it was my graduation present from college. So I don't know who owned it before I did, but that was a good little car for a lot of years. Yeah, up until it recently, a couple years ago, where it did get semi-totaled, which is why they couldn't fix it. But before that, I had my Bronco too. I loved my Bronco too. That thing was a death trap, but I loved it.
What would you say your favorite vehicle that you ever owned was?
I've only owned 3, honestly. So,
I've
4.
had, like,
No, 4. I forgot about my Honda Accord, which we got ripped off on. My mom used her diminishing savings that she had gotten to get that for me when I moved to Florida for a period of time. And that thing, I got ripped. We didn't know how to play the buy a car game at all. My stepdad had always bought the cars for years, so we were they saw us coming a mile away and dicked us around an entire day for that car. And it was damaged too when I got it. There was some damage on the door that never got fixed. But my favorite one, even though it was a semi-ditch up, I loved my Bronco too. My first car, I loved it. It handled great. It was sturdy. And there was nothing fancy in it. It was just a freaking car. And that's all I need. I just need a freaking car. Like you said, Samuel, I'm not a car guy. I just need to get from A to B and work. That's all I want.
Yeah, me too. Although in terms of like actually driving it and all that, my favorite was this little orange Saturn SC2. Right, sports coupe with it had 2.5 doors. Like on the driver's side, there was a half suicide door, and man, that's what they're called. But anyway, yeah, and that thing had some like excellent pickup and go before I killed the first engine that it had in it. I've killed 2 engines in that car. The first time around, what happened was I lost my serpentine belt on the interstate, and I didn't notice right away. Well, what happens when that goes, right? There's a sort of a cascade thing that happens. The water pump stops working, which stops cooling everything, which means that the oil starts burning up on the pistons. And anyway, the whole thing seized up. It basically became a paperweight over the course of about 60 miles. And I ended up in the middle of nowhere, had to have somebody drive 2.5 hours to fucking find me. It was one of those things. And then a couple. I did manage to get that engine replaced, but the only engine I could find, because Saturn has been a long defunct company, right? There's only one place in the United States where you can still get parts direct from the direct from the dealership, as opposed to aftermarket reman parts. And so trying to find a new engine for this thing was like pulling fucking teeth. And by the time we finally did, the engine we got came out of an automatic transmission, and mine was a manual.
Jeez.
So it worked, but first gear all of a sudden was really, really, really long. And it was a bitch and a half to switch it over to second. Once you got to second, you were good, but getting from first to second was really difficult from that point forward. And then I went for an oil change one day, and the guys, the grease monkeys who were doing it, they stripped the threads on the oil plug. So I dumped all of my oil again while I was on the interstate.
Oh, jeez.
Which, of course, I didn't realize until I came to a stop.
And
it never started again.
Man, I had a similar thing happen sophomore year in college, which is when it was when I first drove, because I went to college in Ohio, so it was a 7-hour drive. So that was the first time I could take my car, because you were a freshman, you didn't get a parking space. So it was like, who gives a fuck? Or you did, but it was in Bumblefuck. So it was always make friends with somebody who had a car. But in sophomore year, I brought the Bronco, and I was driving back from Christmas break, and I was right on the border of West Virginia and Ohio. and I still had another hour to go to get to Denison, and I'm driving up on the border, and there's a town right on the border there. So I'm driving up, and suddenly I look out my rearview mirror, and all I see is gray. It's a perfectly nice day in front of me. Why am I seeing gray? I was spewing smoke from the back of the car, and then it turned black, and then suddenly the car just went died.
Yep.
And I pulled over. So now I had an old school brick mobile phone back then, the big ass ones from the old school. And I used that to call for help because I was right near town. So, tow truck comes in, there is a mechanic there. And here's the shit if it was. We were supposed to go, me and my buddy, we were supposed to go to a Monday Nitro at OSU the next day. So I spent a night in a motel, and because my car was stuck there then for a few days. So he came, we went to Nitro, and it just like one bad thing. So we go to Nitro. It was a shit Nitro. It wasn't even a good Nitro. And we go in, weather had been fine. We come out, there's like a foot of snow outside. And we have like no jackets, no nothing. So it was just a complete nightmare of 48 hours. And eventually, I don't know what it cost to get the car fixed because my parents paid for it. I had no idea. But damn, that Bronco, that was just like the tip. That was like one of the final things that the Bronco went through. Of course, in the end, I did wreck the Bronco myself. I did wreck it. One of my buddies was supposed to come and pick me up to go do something one morning, and because I needed help, and I didn't want. It was his turn to be the driver for the day. You know how that works. We're taking your car now, and he calls me and says, "I don't want to do it. You come and pick me up." And I'm like, "Why?" Because he says, "Well, I can't get the car." And I go, "Okay, fine." And as I'm leaving, I'm getting ready. I'm expecting a delivery from I guess Amazon at that point. I don't know anymore. I was getting my original first copies of Robotech, some original DVD release of Robotech. And I come out, and there's a sticker on the door of the apartment building that says, "Sorry we missed you. You'll have to come and pick it up at the hub." Motherfuckers never rang the doorbell. No, I was there the whole time. So I'm pissed off. And I'm driving to my buddy's house, and I've only been there like maybe once or twice. He usually comes to me because I'm closer to where we're going to do shit and where we're going to town. So I'm going a back way that he showed me, a road that I rarely ever take. And I'm pissed off. I'm grumbling. I'm yelling at myself. I'm screaming, "Motherfucking UPS. Fuck you, dude, for making me drive out to you." And I'm coming up on an intersection, but I missed the stop sign warning. And I was going way too fast. And suddenly there it is, a T section. I slam on the brakes. I swerve off the road. I'm the only person on the road at this point. I swerve off the road right into a tree in the yard of a church. And I totaled the Bronco. I stumble out of the car. No worse for a couple scrapes. Little bit of whiplash, not much. I stumble out, and I realize my first words out of my mouth are, "I killed my Bronco. I killed the Bronco." I limp into the church. I go, "Hi, I just hit your tree. Can I use your phone, please?" So I call my mom. She flips out. So, and while I'm in there, and she said she's going to come and get me, and then we have to figure out what to do with the Bronco. But I come out. There are people there now. Somebody's both called the cops and an ambulance. And while the cops are there questioning me, who, by the way, write me up for reckless driving and gave me a $200+ ticket. Yet I was the only one that was hurt, and a tree was hurt, and the church didn't give a fuck in the end. Ambulance checks me out, and then who the fuck do you think shows up?
Your friend.
Because I called him and said, "Yeah, I hit a tree. I'm not going to be there."
It'd have been
Motherfucker
funnier
sh-
if it was the UPS guy with your package.
Motherfucker is out there with a camera taking pictures of the Bronco in its busted up shape, and he sees me and he just gives me this shit-eating grin. And he picks up, you know how on the back of the car you said it says Bronco, like on the side of the back of the truck. He says,
Mhm.
"You want this for a souvenir?" And I said, "You get the fuck out of here. You just go. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. You get the fuck out of here." And he just ran away. He's like, "Yee!" He just runs away. So that's how I killed my Bronco. That was like that was how the Bronco lost his life. No, it wasn't a stop sign, Andy Pickle. It was a T intersection. There was nowhere to go. So if I kept going, I still go off road, or I get broadsided because I run the stop sign. So it's just a T section where I can go left or right. So I had missed the stop sign warning. So what I did was the best possible outcome for my reckless and careless driving. I mean, I could have died that day because if I tried to do it, there was no stoplight to run. It was like stop or go over into somebody else's yard there. So yeah, that was the day where I became a better driver.
You know, I wish I had some stories like that. Like I've been in a few accidents, but none of them was I driving for. And the reason for that is because when I learned to drive, and for the first 10 years that I was driving, I did not have a license.
Oh,
So I was very, very careful to obey all laws to the letter.
yeah,
Right.
I would
So
speed.
yeah.
Back then. Yeah, I would speed.
Not then. No. I was involved in some shit you did not want to draw attention to at the time. So I was like, nope, I am driving like a goddamn grandma. And I'd have people in the car with me, and they'd be like, you could just do this, or how about you do this over here, or let's pick up the pace. And I was just like, look, you may not be happy about how long it takes to get there, but we will get there.
Sam, as a known prostitute, didn't want to draw the attention of the cops.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I think the next most dangerous thing I ever did is when I had my Honda Accord, my 2002 Honda Accord, and I was leaving Florida because my reason for being there fell apart. I didn't want to do it. It was a waste of time. So I was coming back to move back in with my mom for a little bit, but I couldn't move everything I had up there in the car because it was a small ass Honda Accord, like a 2-door Honda Accord, so I had no space. So I was going to take the train, one of those where you put the car on the train and it takes you back up overnight. And trying to get out of my apartment that I was in Miami was just it was a rush because I didn't follow any of their checkout rules, and I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. And I managed to talk my way out of them doing the last minute park check. Somebody went up there and just went, "Yeah, fine, whatever." And I talked my way out of it, and I got the fuck out of there because it was I didn't schedule this well enough, so I was late to try and get to the train, not knowing that I had to be there like 10 hours in advance to get my car on the trailer on the what the hell do you call on the train? The trailer, car,
The
car
caboose?
on the car, train car. So I'm thinking, man, I just got to get there. I got just enough time. I'll get there with like an hour to spare. I'm cruising down whatever the interstate highway is between Miami and wherever I was. I am just zooming. I'm like going 70, 80, 90 miles an hour. Go vroom, vroom, vroom. And it was like some of the craziest shit driving I've ever done. It was really like a fucking video game. I treated it like a goddamn video game. And I'm using cover here or there for big trucks here to cover my speeding, this, that. And at one point, a pickup truck in front of me lost its cargo. It started flying off from the back of it, rolling across the highway towards me. And I'm just going, shit. I'm just like weaving around this shit like some sort of super car man. And I somehow survived that. It was some of the craziest shit I had done on that band. And that was kind of the last time I really did any sort of crazy driving. Ever since then, yeah, I drive the speed limit. I'm not crazy. I take my time. I don't cut people off. I'm not weaving in and out of lanes because I don't want to. Because last time I had to pay a ticket, it was a speed trap, and fuck those guys. So I'm never getting busted on that again.
I just got done paying a ticket for speeding when I went to get my tattoo finished.
Mhm.
I told my mom I would take her to the bank. She needed to go to the bank so she didn't get overdraft fee.
Mhm.
And so I put myself behind. So I'm like, I'll make up some time. And I was driving and got busted on the freeway. And yeah, it was pretty big fucking ticket. I was going 20 over the speed limit.
Ooh.
And it
Yeah.
was a $440 ticket.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Worst ticket I ever paid, I think, was 128. Dumbest ticket I ever had was back in college. And mind you, to something Samuel said earlier, a buddy of mine used to have his Saturn there, and I used to borrow it whenever I felt like it because I knew where he kept the keys. Now he said I could, but I still took it whenever I fucking felt like it. And me and another buddy, we wanted to try and go to the movies and this that, but we didn't know where the fuck we were going, so we ended up riding around for like 2 hours. Almost drove all the way to Cleveland by accident, but somehow got back on track, and we're back in town where Dennison was in Granville, Ohio, and we're just exhausted. We're bummed out because we were idiots and retards. And I literally was rolling, didn't have my foot on the gas, wasn't even going very fast. I was going, I think, just 20 miles an hour, maybe 15 miles an hour, if I remember correctly. And we're at the entrance to the college, and I'm rolling in, literally rolling, didn't really do anything. And some fucking local cop pulls me over, gives me a speeding ticket for going 3 miles over the speed limit.
Oh, what a dick.
And I was like, what? I didn't even have my foot on the gas. I was literally rolling into the entrance to the school. Now, I didn't fight it. I paid it, but that is like the most nitpicky little bullshit I'd ever experienced. Now, other tickets I got, yeah, I was full on speeding and I fell into a speed trap. And one time I tried to outrun a semi because I just wanted to get in front of it, because I never liked driving behind semi trucks. I hate that because I can't see anything. But every other ticket I got, yeah, legitimate. That one was bullshit. That was bullshit. I was just rolling for 3 miles. I think I was going 28, and yeah, I was going 28 and a 25. I was going 28 and a 25. Motherfucker,
I've
just
only
needs his
even
quota.
been I've only even been pulled over like 3 times ever, and I only got tickets out of like one of those times. The other ticket that I got wasn't when I was pulled over. It was a fucking traffic cam ticket from Denver.
I got one traffic cam once when I made a right turn, and it said I ran a red light, which was bullshit. No, you want to hear my first ever time I got pulled over? It was bullshit, complete total bullshit, and it was really creepy too. I was coming home from taking the SATs the first time, and I was in a rotten mood because a fucking bird had shit on my head while I was outside waiting. We ran again. Bird shit in my head, like right here, right dead center. I took my hat off for 2 seconds, and the bird shit on my head. So I'm already pissed off. It's SATs, so of course I'm also pissed off from that. And I'm driving home, and suddenly there's a cop in front of me. He's just in front of me. Then he pulls over, parks. I go by him. I'm not speeding. I'm just going normal. Then he pulls up behind me and wants me to pull over. And we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. We're coming up on like the one gas station that's between where I lived and the next section of town. And he starts saying, and I hear over the speaker, pull over. So I pull over into the gas station. I figure, okay, I'm gonna pull over the gas station. It's safe there, and I'm not gonna go anywhere. The guy at first, he walks up to me. First thing he says to me, "Do you have any weapons in the car?" I'm literally 16 years old. I'm wearing, I'm as milk toast as I fucking ever look. It's my Bronco. There's nothing visible in the car. I've literally got my hands on the wheel. You know, I'm not doing anything sketchy. Do you have any weapons in the car? No. And I go, is there a problem, officer? He's like, well, you came to a pretty sudden stop behind me while I was driving. He's like, well, okay. Was I speeding? Well, it looked like you were speeding, but I was behind you. And why did you pull over here? I wanted you to pull over there. He points to some side road where there was nobody to see. So alarms are going off my head. Alarms are going off in my head. I'm thinking, whoa, I got a problem here. I got to get out of this. So I basically, he's trying to read me the riot act that you were speeding because you slowed down behind me. I'm like, and I said, well, officer, you didn't actually clock me speeding, did you? No, but you slowed down. And I want you to come to the police station. And I want you to do this. And I said,
yeah.
And I talked my way out of it. And then, as a 16-year-old, I told my mom what happened. She lost her shit. She calls the police station. My son is not coming there. You don't even have evidence of that. And, I never went there. But, yeah, so that was the first time I got pulled over for nothing. I didn't do anything. So
Driving while Jew.
I have no response for that. I got nothing. If it was Jeremy, I'd say fuck you, but you're you, so I'm not gonna say fuck you. Oh man, God, you realize when you're a kid, you're fucking retarded when you drive. I mean, now I learned to drive on a pickup truck. That's what I learned to drive on. So I knew how to
him
handle
rolling. They hating.
Yeah, the life lesson to you kids out there: don't be a fucking retard when you drive. And you never know when you get creepy weirdos. And now I respect police when they don't fuck with me for no reason. I will behave and do everything in the law proper. But small town cops are assholes. They're assholes.
Sometimes, yeah. Some of them are. Some of them really are because they're basically the law in that town, and they let it go to their heads. There are a few who aren't though. But there's a few Andy Griffiths out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking like, and you guys will understand. Saying like Charlottesville, cops are shit there. This guy was a Charlottesville cop. They are some of the worst of the worst in Virginia. And this guy, that first one, he was a Charlottesville cop. So fuck those guys, man. But I respect police. I mean, I've had family friends who are on police forces. So I respect good police who do their jobs and go out there and, try to keep people safe. But these assholes who just want to pull you over and give you a fucking ticket, like Culpeper, Virginia, they are the worst of the fucking worst out there. Dude pulled me over when I had just come home with the Accord and pulled me over for having tinted windows.
Is that against the law out there?
Apparently it was.
In some places, it actually is, but it's not against the law everywhere. That's why I ask.
Yeah.
But I was just driving through Culpeper. I was going to visit my mom in Charlottesville. So I was just driving through Culpeper. And dude fucking pulls me over. Says, you have tinted windows. That's against the law. So I had to fucking spend a few $100 to detint my driver and passenger side windows. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. All because some fucking Culpeper cop had an itch in his ass to because and these are the kind of dudes, and it happened to me several times in those trips when I make those trips, where they'll pull out from wherever they're fucking hiding in that strip on 29, and they'll come up real fast behind you and dog you for like 5 or 10 seconds, and then pull out and go around you.
The whole conversation sounded so bad.
Yeah.
They'll pull out and then they'll dog you, and then
God damn it, devil! Why's it gotta be all?
Then they get around in front of you,
yeah,
real fast.
Yeah.
So why's gotta be about butt sex with you guys all the time?
It does, man. That's
listen back to that whole fucking last sentence, man. You will be
I
like,
know,
oh,
I hear it. I just replayed it. Unlike Gal, I can replay conversations in my head. Okay.
Yeah. Now you do got to be careful with that shit though, because there are some cops out there who will make a big deal out of nothing, and some of these assholes do use the fact that your average civilian, no matter how much he tells himself he knows the laws, doesn't actually know the laws.
Yeah.
Most of these cops don't know all the laws.
Yeah. It's a perfect example. When you get pulled over, you don't have to submit to a field sobriety test. You can deny it. Then what they have to do is they have to take you to the hospital and get you tested there to prove you have alcohol in your system. The thing is, if you've already stopped drinking over an hour and a half or so ago and shit, by the time they get you there and do the test, it's already burned through your system. So, you know, it's like that. People think that they have to give into a field sobriety test. You don't.
Now, I've never ever gotten behind the wheel drunk.
Yeah.
I once
you
jumped on my friend's car to keep him from driving off drunk, and I was drunk too. I jumped on the hood and said, "If you're gonna drive off, you're gonna drive off with me," and he almost did, but he didn't in the end.
Yeah, I got a buddy who's got cerebral palsy, right? And he looks either crippled or drunk or both all the time. Thing is he's also an alcoholic, and he does drink and drive.
Oh man.
I have seen him talk himself out of going to the drunk tank and getting massive, massive fines for fucking drunk driving and losing points off his license.
I got the
by
palsy.
playing what he calls, and this is no joke, the cripple card. Even when he reeks of alcohol, the entire interior of the vehicle reeks of alcohol, and there's clearly a brown bag with what sounds like an open container rolling around in it on the floor. I have watched him talk cops down by playing what he calls the cripple card. It's so fucked up.
I mean, just don't do stupid shit. I mean, when I was, I think 8 or 9 and living in Jersey, and my mom was driving this place and she had never gotten pulled over before. And she got pulled over I think we were in Shrewsbury, New Jersey, driving through, because back in Monmouth County, New Jersey, literally all the towns bleed into one another. So you kind of go through several different towns when you're going to places. We were driving through there, and she got pulled over for the very first time. She was a new driver when I was a kid. When she had me, she didn't drive until she was in her like 40s. For the first time, she gets pulled over. She has no idea then what the procedure is. She actually gets out of the car to ask the cop, "Why are you doing this?" And it's just like, I'm like, even I knew, no, Mom, don't do that. Don't do that. Even I knew. I'd watched enough TV at that point. You don't do that.
That's how you end up on cops.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's how Adam's mom ended up on cops getting tased.
Dude, this is before tasers. This is the 80s. There's no tasers in the 80s.
Oh yeah, it was just zip ties and nightsticks.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you know, she realized sooner at a later date that dude might have shot her, and when she got out of the car in an aggressive
legally,
manner,
he would have been justified in doing so.
Yeah, so
I'm not saying it would have been right, but he would have. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, pretty young white lady. I mean, she was clearly not a threat, but I mean, it's like, damn, just understand how this shit works before you do shit. And then
She's coming right at us.
Yeah, it's exactly Devil. It's just like Jimbo in fucking South Park. It's coming right for us.
Yep. Oh man.
Yeah. And that was before body cams too, so it was their word against yours.
Well, I was there, so unless he shoots me too, I don't know. What am I?
Don't give him no ideas. Hey, kid, why don't you step out the car and head right
this
at
is
us?
getting dark. This is getting dark. we're turn away. Turn right away. Yeah, we're almost at 3. We are at 3 hours, so we're gonna wrap it up. All right, guys, let's pimp our wares and be on our way. Samuel, what's your week look like?
Well, assuming I can keep up this awesome streak I've had tonight of the internet actually working for the most part.
Yeah. No shit in it tonight. Good job, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Like it was so goddamn bad this weekend. I had to do both of my streams from my fucking phone, and I was out of power when Devil's stream came around, and I'm like,
yeah,
fuck, I can't. Like the phone feels like it's gonna explode. It's so hot in my hand, and I'm like, and it has no juice left. And I was like, God damn it, but I couldn't get it to work on the computer at all. And then and I incurred a whole bunch of fucking extra overage charges on data for this too. So I'm not super happy about that. So assuming everything goes smoothly, we will be back on my channel, Samuel the Infamous, with Abyssal Musings. Larry is back this week, and we are continuing the Monsters Ball thing. I'm not 100% sure who the matchup is this week, but swing on by on Friday and find out. And after that, again, fingers crossed, everything goes well. I should be back on Beelzebub this week. And then Screaming to the Void, obviously, at 4 p.m. back on my channel, the Samuel the Infamous. And you can probably find me on Exiled Lioness 2 if she streams Saturday. And then back here Monday for Mellow Monday. So yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
Unless something else comes up.
Let's see, what do we got? We got the tomorrow we are doing the debate, me and Static. It's gonna be called Wrong Bath.
Wrong Bath.
Because of Wrong Think and
I know,
Bloodbath, we just stuck our names
that sounds
together.
like somebody took a wrong turn and you're in a bath with, instead of all chicks, it's all dudes.
Yeah, it's gonna be gay as shit.
Yeah, you can call it
anyway.
that would be a wrong bath.
Yeah, wrong bath. So check out the debate stream tomorrow. Then check out Beelzebub every Friday going into Saturday. I'm not sure who the hell we're gonna have. Did I invite somebody? I don't know. I might have to invite somebody. Anyway, so check out Beelzebub. And then check out Devil's Angels. We've got 3 up so far. We just put out The Fog. So check that out here in a couple days. Hopefully I will be able to get it to Bug and he'll be able to clip it together. We have Frequency. And then keep a lookout for the next one with Honors, which should be coming out in the next couple weeks.
With me.
Yep, with Adam as Bosley. And yeah, that's what I got going on.
What, you don't have time for another Bloodsport get ranked this week?
Dude, that was the greatest fucking stream to watch in a long time. It was awesome.
You were shit stirring in that chat.
It was pretty fun. No, we have not this week, but next week on Tuesday should be AI movies that have to do with AI.
Okay.
So it was suggested by Drew Outstanding. So, Terminator, Ex Machina,
AI,
those kind of AI, pretty much anything that has to do with the
fucking teddy bear
AI. That creepy one with the doll chick who wants to dance. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, check that, get ranked out, and I'll try to get some people on there that want to rip each other apart and do it all over.
Bloodsport, it's fun. All right, as for me, tomorrow I can't say I have a specific video coming out. I haven't made it yet. I'll make it tomorrow morning. Forbes article, I'm going for the Paul Tassi block right now. I'm going for the Paul Tassi block. Paul Tassi saying there's a civil war in the Star Wars fandom. Oh, is there, Paul? Is there? We're going to break down that article. Have a good time. There'll be some more Dragon Age 2 playthrough over on the gaming channel tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week whenever I feel like it. Then, of course, Thursday afternoon into evening, you can expect my review of Rings of Power Season 2, Episode 5. I might do a live stream Wednesday night, too. I'm playing around with it. It might be another autopsy stream. Trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. Stay tuned for that one. Excuse me. Friday, Ballbusters. I have no idea who the guest is. I know in 2 weeks we've got the Melees coming on. That's always full of cookies and alcohol, so that'll be fun. And then in place of Saturday Night Driving, I still haven't watched it. I have not done it because I don't want to ruin my childhood. Kay's reaction is enough to tell me, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do that one. I'm not going to let Samuel ruin something else for me.
After her and James played that ridiculous game about the siblings who ate each other's flesh and banged each other, I'm really surprised that she had that reaction to it. But
I still don't know what it is. I don't know, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I love Garfield. He's great. Anyway,
but just bring him up.
We do. Whenever she's around, somehow it comes up always. No Saturday Night Driving because currently we are doing This Is Mordor Country, our panel review show covering Rings of Power. Got me, you got Jed, you got Dermy. Our panels kind of come out now for it's come into place. Pieces fit together for the rest of the season. So it's got me, Jed, Dermy, Dr. Rachel Lindbergh. We've got Alec Baldwin's finger. ABF is there, and finally getting getting home from his vacation, our good friend Horny Alf will be there, and he has 2 weeks of built up rage of how much he hates Rings of Power. So we're gonna let him go off at the beginning of the show because he's just let loose, Alf. Let loose. Enjoy yourself. And then, of course, 2 p.m. Eastern every Sunday, roundtable, where we go over the week's events in our own special way. And that's it. And of course, we'll be right back here, 10 p.m. Eastern next Monday for 10:30 p.m. Eastern next Monday for another. We're called Mellow Mondays. That's the name of the show. God damn it, I'm tired. Mellow Mondays, where we will do what we do here. We nerd out, relax. Ariel wasn't here to ruin our night with horrible things. So
I haven't seen her in a little while. Is she okay?
Oh, I saw her. No, she's yesterday. I saw her yesterday. She's fine.
She was on the pub. She made some donations. In fact, I owe her one.
I know what that feels like. No, I saw her last night when I was playing Dragon Age. She's fine. She's fine.
Okay.
She's fine. Yeah, she's spreading out the torture to all of us right now is what she's doing. Yeah, so we'll be back next week. Thank you all for being here. As always, each and every one of you in the chat, we love you. Your support is what keeps us going. Check out my reviews right now if you haven't seen it. I'm this close to crossing over to 3,700 subs, getting ever closer to 4,000 and ever closer to 5,000, which is a trigger to put my book into motion. If everything looks good with Rip Ascend, I might try Rip Ascend and let them carry the load for the first few books if I get approved, which means I make money, they make money, you get a great new piece of product, and I get to move out of this fucking shithole. So thank you one and all for being here. Your support is greatly appreciated. Links are in the description below, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, take it easy.
Yep.